Peanut Gallery, can you shut the fuck up? Thanks.
Nope, it's my house.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
We're here.
Yes, welcome to Porcelain Peak's Twitch stream. We are continuing playing through the Resident Evil games. Tone, if you don't know, John, if you don't know, and the internet darling, just for a little bit longer.
For as long as I want. We are here. We are here today, trapped inside this box, coming to you live from this pinkish red space. So while we're trapped in here, we might as well pick up a controller, John, and start playing Resident Evil.
All right.
So we're in the
We're in the end game.
I was trying to remember which character says that. Is it Doctor Strange?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. We're in the end game now. Speaking of Marvel, who's been watching What If?
I saw the first two.
I haven't watched any of it yet.
The first one is fine.
I had very similar feelings to the beginning of this as I did to the beginning of WandaVision, where I was like, the first... Because I really consider those first two episodes of WandaVision kind of one episode. Mm-hmm. Like, that first episode was and then by the third episode or whatever, then you're like, okay, now I get what the show is capable of. And that's how I felt about the first versus the second episode of What If.
Yeah.
First one was like, oh, okay, they're throwing us a softball by just basically repeating every beat of First Avenger.
Until the fucking ending.
Cthulhu. And then the second one was just like doing its own thing. Like, it went completely crazy.
Well, I thought it was going to be exactly the same as Guardians. Because it does start off exactly the same. And then it hits you. And I noticed a little Spider-Man Homecoming Easter egg.
Oh, really?
The song that Peter's listening to at the end.
Oh, yeah, it's from the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That Flock of Seagulls song.
Seagulls, yeah. I love that song.
Yeah, me too. That's why I got really excited when he was listening to it, and I was trying to remember where I had first heard it, and it was Spider-Man.
Me too, yeah.
All right, so I know that we're towards the last section of this. I think we left something back at the very start of when we came back.
So you're telling me that we started from the bottom.
Now we're here.
Now we're here. Okay. You like that comedic content chat? You like that?
You fucking like that? Alright, so I thought I would start off opening telling you guys about a potential dead body I saw the other day.
Isn't everybody a potential dead body? Oh shit, dude, that's so deep.
Yeah, so I was driving down the road, and there was a bunch of cars in the suicide lane. And then
that was your first mistake.
A cop car was coming from behind, and woo, you know. And so we all pulled over. And then once we were able to finally drive, there was a dude just flat laid out on his bicycle.
Oh shit!
So, and the amber lamp's coming from the other direction. So I was like, ooh, I don't know if he's dead or not.
Well, thank God somebody called an amber lamp.
Yeah. Whoa, Black Betty, amber lamp.
Did you see that? Did I send you the Grimace has been missing for 9 years thing?
Yeah.
He disappeared while dancing to Black Betty at that
Bramble Jams.
It's like Grimace has been missing for 9 years and the LAPD has done nothing about it.
Get this with a quick pause real quick.
Well, he's only missing if people are looking for him.
Yes, it's like that friend that like kind of like phases out of your group and everybody just kind of forgets. Oh yeah, Paul. I remember him.
I'm Paul.
That's funny. That's exactly why I used that name. It was because in my head I was like, "Hi, I'm Paul."
Ooh.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, that was weird because you didn't really shoot that dog, and it still died. But every other time you shoot something in this game, you gotta be right on.
Well, occasionally you fire a blank. It's like a Chinese firing squad.
Yeah, it's like sex.
Some of it is all.
Sex is like a Chinese firing squad.
You shoot blank. I don't know.
Yeah, I spent a bunch of time today at work reading about lethal injection, and just
Just some light
a bit of
reading.
light reading. Yeah.
Is that the prequel to Lethal Weapon?
Yeah. That's how Mel Gibson's character was conceived. Lethal
I gave her
injection.
mom the lethal injection, baby. That's pretty funny, man.
Let's hope it was legal injection.
Yeah.
But there's a certain type of machine that a lot of prisons use that has like basically just straight saline like tubes that some of the executioners, because they use several different executioners like a team, put in so that nobody is 100% sure which of their like tubes they were assigned to were the ones that killed the person.
Oh, okay.
And they do a similar thing with Chinese firing squads, where there was like a ongoing thing that like one of the guns in the firing squad had a blank, and nobody knew which one it was, so that everybody in their head could be like, I was probably the one with the blank. I didn't shoot that person.
Yeah.
So they could sleep at night and shit.
So anyway,
Speaking
hope
of,
everybody's having a fantastic day.
Speaking of execution, we just recently talked about Slasher, season 1, The Executioner. Check it out if you haven't already.
And because it was such a popular episode, we've now spun it off into a series called Slasherpiece Theater, where we will be watching every season of Slasher and doing a commentary on every episode.
We haven't discussed that.
You're like covering this, and then everybody watches you strangle me.
Not that stupid. Okay. Okay. I'm out of here. Come take me.
So I had an interesting
Now.
interaction with a customer today.
Mm-hmm.
So I was helping one customer, and that interaction was going perfectly fine. And then from there,
You're a streetwalker.
Yeah,
by the way,
definitely.
To clarify, right? So you're with one client, and things are going well.
yeah. So I'm at a countertop.
And then this guy's like,
Listen to your asshole. I let you all tell your stories.
He was knocking at the back door.
So we're at the countertop.
Okay.
There's a healthy amount of space due to COVID and all those things, and there's something on display that's right there in between the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so just a
something
random.
on display?
Yeah, I can't say exactly what it is.
okay.
I have to be cryptic.
Okay.
So
We don't want to get
Fired.
demonetized or whatever.
So a random dude just comes in. I can immediately smell him through mask and everything.
Marijuana?
He just smells awful.
Oh, okay. Stinks.
Yeah. So he barges right in between us, and he starts asking me questions about this product that's here.
Mm-hmm.
And he just
I mean,
is
if anyone
just.
saw it, I would ask questions too.
And so, he's having a really difficult time just saying sentences in general. Everything sounds very marble mouth, like.
So you guys were like on the exact same level.
Exactly, perfect. So he asks me a question, and
You're like, I'm the only person who can translate.
And I'm sorry, could you repeat yourself, because I didn't understand anything you said. And then he repeats himself, and he asks the question, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, you only get one?
Yeah, like I don't know what you're. I don't know how to answer your question. Like I don't know like the specifics of it. Like there are many different versions of this thing that you're asking about. So I can't really like narrow it down for you. And I'm also with this other customer, and
He's like, hey man, if I spill mango juice on my computer, can I catch a bird?
Home, but where am I?
I'm sorry.
he kind of sounded like that guy.
Home, but where am I?
And
Hey,
he
Mom.
he
How
did
many-
something that's never happened to me in the entirety
Oh,
of
here
my
we go.
working
Yeah,
career.
tell me about that.
A grown ass adult human man growled at me.
Whoa.
He was like, I'm like, what the fuck? Are you just, do you think you're a Saiyan and you're over here just like powering up or some shit? And he growled at me.
And what did you do? What was your response?
I was like, I continued to work with the other customer who I had then moved to the other side of me, like behind me. So it's just the dude, me, and then the customer to make sure that they didn't get caught in the crossfire if some weird shit happened.
Hi, Josh.
What's up, y'all?
And Steven. Hi, Steven.
Hey, gals.
But anyway, And so I could tell immediately from having this conversation with this person that they were on some form of drugs. It was pretty apparent.
Probably marijuana.
No, so do you know how, like, with certain types of drugs, like your entire goal when you have a conversation with a normal person in public is to not say anything about those particular drugs, to try to blend in, to try to pass as a regular human?
Like, you got any Percocets?
So he starts talking more about it, and I'm like, yeah, there's different types, so like it depends on which one you get as to what it'll be able to do or whatever.
Cocaine.
Yeah. And so he goes, rah, 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 and then at the end of the sentence, he says the words meth lab.
I was gonna say
And
sounds
then-
like meth mouth.
And then chuckles to himself, and then immediately is like, I said the words. I've been sitting here in my head saying, don't say meth lab. Don't, anything, you can say whatever you want. You can go, rah, 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 you can growl, just don't say meth lab. And then he immediately just took 2 steps back and walked out.
I'm just imagining like he pulls a cord and like a SWAT team comes down and like extracts him from the building.
Pull him out!
Cover's blown.
John's onto us.
I love that. That's great. I just want to know how many fucking gigawatts this.
If I have this device in a meth lab, will it stand an explosion?
I imagine that was part of where he was headed, and then just immediately was like, all right, I gotta back off.
He's like, what's the temperature threshold on this phone? Because I'm cooking some shit up.
I'm trying to cook that Heisenberg blue, if you know what I'm saying.
You got this iPhone in Heisenberg blue?
You guys ever see that show Bored to Death?
I haven't seen it, but I'm aware of it.
It's starting a minute right now. Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's got Jason Schwartzman,
Oh, nice.
Zach Galifianakis, and Ted Danson.
Yeah.
And it's Jason Schwartzman's character is trying to be a private detective. This is just like, I'm a writer, but I'm gonna go try to be a private detective.
Okay.
So he tries to find this girl in the first episode, and her boyfriend's a meth addict. And he's like, "You want to smoke some meth?" And he's like, "What if we did some pot?" And so they're like, "Get high." And he's like, "You want to try some meth?" And he's like, "Man, why not?" That's casual. I was like a social meth smoker. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. Marijuana's a gateway drug.
That is true. Yeah.
It's gateway directly to meth.
I mean, can be. Can be.
You smoke the devil's lettuce and you're right on the threshold.
Hey, man. Come on. Come on. I need some space. Yeah, you're so tall.
Oh, sweet. You got another self-defense gun. Or is it the same one that we had
That's
last
the same
time?
one.
Oh, because you still haven't used it. The number of times you could have used some self-defense in this.
Oh, you're gonna fall off the couch.
You're gonna get embarrassed in front of all our viewer.
Alcohol is the gateway drug.
Yeah, Steven, the intention is to head down below. So I need to get the other object that goes in the doors to unlock them, and then I also need to do the tiger eye puzzle, I think.
Eye of the tiger. It's copyrighted.
It's the tiger eye. It's the crop of the cream.
That reminds me, I was on my way here and I saw this, it was like a campaign sign type thing in this person's front yard, and it said, BFK, and my dumb brain immediately, as I'm passing by, just going, Barton Luther King?
Why?
Because, like, immediately I just saw 3 letters that ended, or 3, like an acronym that ended in K, and I was like, oh yeah, Barton Luther King.
That was the guy that John had to deal with trying to pronounce it. Yeah, Bob Key Medlap.
It's my day. It's Barton Luther King Day. No, but it was Bikes for Kids. Yeah, so I was
Martin Luther King for sure.
Martin Luther King.
I think I probably would have went big fucking something.
Yeah,
Oh, like
Like BFG.
yeah.
That big fucking giant. And that was a big fucking giant.
the tiger stuff is optional, which means we got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to. I also don't want to get wrecked by some hunters.
Correct. Let's talk candy bars. Do you like them?
Yes.
Cool.
Depends on the bar.
There was this candy bar when I was younger that was, I think it was by Hershey's, and it was a s'mores candy bar. So it had like the graham cracker and the marshmallow and the chocolate, and it was hell good.
What was the candy bar that we were like obsessed with getting our hands on the way to LA? Was it the Oreo with the chocolate on the outside?
Yeah, because it was like that German company, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
We found it though.
Yeah, and then you got hella mad because I like melted it in your car.
Yeah. You and Corbin. I got home and there was chocolate everywhere.
No, that wasn't chocolate, baby.
This is doo-doo, baby.
This is doo-doo, baby.
With the way you drive, man.
I just doo-dooed.
That's still, like, top 10 one of the funniest jokes I've ever heard in a stand-up.
What?
Is the crackhead joke from, I think it's Dave Chappelle's second stand-up.
That segues perfectly into what my topic for today was, though, which is, where's the weirdest place you've ever taken a shit? And your bed doesn't count. That was like accidental. Where is there a place that you've intentionally taken a shit that you shouldn't have been taking a shit?
I don't think so, because I won't even shit.
In a different place.
Yeah, like I only shit at like my house or a relative's house or a friend's house. Like,
So would you say like the weirdest place would be like maybe like an outhouse camping or something?
Like, oh yeah, I guess, or like the mall.
Just a casual mall experience.
One time,
Just in the kids' play place.
I was
Just slides down one of those little slide, like the elephant trunk or whatever.
I was at the
ball
mall,
pit?
Yeah.
and I got the fear,
Yeah.
and so I went. And as soon as I went, a lady came in there and was like, "Oh, I have to clean the bathroom." So she closed it off to everybody, but she was still in there while I was shitting. And
Did that help or hurt?
it was a big deal for me because, like I said, I don't usually do that. Josh was there, and then
Yeah, Josh, corroborate this.
and then a bunch of our other friends were there too. So then when I walked out of the bathroom and like out to the food court, they all started clapping, and I was like, "You guys are fucking assholes." So not only was it embarrassing on the inside, it was embarrassing on the outside.
I don't think I have any, like, super crazy, I mean, other than, like, camping and, like, actually, like, digging a trench. And...
Color me shocked, Mr. Bidet.
Yeah.
Of course you don't have any, like, embarrassing stories. You're a fancy pooper.
But...
Oh!
No,
Okay.
but...
Just thought of something.
but and bidets are fucking tight, by the way.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying.
I want to say it on stream. If you don't have a bidet, you're doing your asshole a disservice.
Okay, you tell the story, I'll read this.
Okay. But... we
shit.
were...
You had one job and a degree in books. I'm just imagining you with a book like, I'm going to read this now.
I hit B instead of A.
I think we needed that. I don't know what it said.
Zombies. They're everywhere.
But we went to go... You had to go take a very important test for your schooling. And on the way there... it was the most emergency I've ever been having to take a piss.
When we were going to the house
Yes.
to like get up to stay, or when you guys were coming to meet me after the test?
No, when we were headed to go to the house
To
the very
Santa
first
Rosa
time.
or whatever?
Yeah. So we're driving. For whatever reason, there was a ton of traffic, and it took us through Sacramento, and we got stuck on this like road that goes over a bog. And we're stuck on that fucking
I didn't even
road
know bogs were
for
a real
like
thing.
5 miles driving less than 25 miles per hour. And I've already at that point was like, hey, we need to find a place to pull off. I'm going to piss my pants.
You're in
and I'm
pain.
driving. So I'm fucking struggling. I've got the sweats. It's like I'm about to shit my pants. Like, you know, that feeling, like that fear. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, the fear.
It's
That's why it's called that.
Yeah, it's coming no matter what I do. So
It's like vinegar strokes, but you gotta pee.
So we finally get off to the side of the road, and we just
So the
gotten
exact
past the
opposite
bog,
feeling.
and I go park the cart off the side of the road, and then I get out and into some like bushes, and I start to piss, and immediately as soon as I'm out, schmeat in hand,
Okay.
fucking
Is that
somebody,
sweaty meat?
no one can see me, but someone honks from the road, and I almost pissed all over myself. And it was like seriously longer than 2 minutes, just
Yeah.
sitting there pissing.
He was there for a while.
Those are
It
the best.
was fucking. It felt so good after,
It's
but
like
I
you
was
hadn't been drinking
so
all night.
afraid.
It's that Austin
I
Powers
was
scene
so
when he
afraid.
comes out of being frozen and he's just like pissing for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Oh, but the reason that I didn't ask specifically about pissing stories is because I have just like
You have
so many.
Yeah,
It's
so
ridiculous.
you have to have the most pissing.
Yeah.
I thought I have another shit story.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. I was in.
You can climb on things? Since when?
I think I was in junior high. And I was walking home from school with one of my friends. We got basically almost to our houses, and then at split I had to go left. And she had to go right. And I was supposed to go to her house and hang out, and then as walking, I gambled.
You procured in the gamble chocolate.
Yeah.
You will.
And I lost that one. And I was like, oh shit, dude.
Literally.
So then, like, I didn't know what to do, and, I still had shame then, so I wasn't going to be like, oh, I just shit myself. So
Like
then
nowadays, I might have just been like, yeah, man, sorry, these are what happens.
Sorry, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late. I shit my pants.
Well, so I walked her home, and then had to walk home, and then my mom wasn't home, and I didn't have a key, so I couldn't get in the house, so I had to call my grandma to come pick me up, all the while with a fucking hunk of shit in my pants. and,
I remember this story.
and then she came and got
Hunk
me.
of shit is what did it for you.
Yeah.
She came and got me, and I sat like this. Because I didn't want to squish it.
That's terrible. Because I was expecting, that it would be just like a light spattering, but you're like, no, I'm sitting on a log here.
Well, I think it was not that solid. And then I got to my grandma's and carefully took my undies off. And then, I don't know why, but I, cleaned up, finished my business, and then I left the underwear at her house. I didn't throw them away. I had a dresser there, and I just left them in the dresser.
Left a whole ass nugget.
I don't know why. I was like, looking back, I'm like, just throw it away or whatever. But I think I was just really embarrassed.
For posterior posterity, I'd say.
Yeah. Just as a hint, don't put the red gem into the tiger statue.
Good to know.
So, so maybe that was it. I guess,
That's a good one.
I don't know if that really answers your question. But
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
What do you got?
So, my most memorable one was
You're like right now, you shit your pants.
yeah.
You're on John's mouth.
Please no.
I was camping up past Sonora, and
It's like Pinecrest or
I said up past Sonora generally because I don't remember specifically.
Australia, generally.
Zealandia. And so I was camping, and throughout the whole day, as you do when you're camping, you're just eating tons of junk food. So we were just eating like hot dogs, and then the campers next to us, they were deciding to like call it short on their camping trip, and they had a ton of Hostess like Twinkies and cupcakes and all this stuff, so they gave them all to us.
Was this when you had slimmed down, or was this
This is I was like
when
this
you were
size.
still a bigger guy?
Yeah, this was in my post fat set phase. And
you
say it
moved
like that.
past me, past him to your current status.
yeah, this was post Nutty Professor serum, and so they brought all these Hostess cupcakes over. So we had hot dogs, Hostess cupcakes, and Rollin' Rock beer
Yeah.
for like hours.
Oh.
So I'm in the tent at like 3 a.m. I'm in the worst pain that you could possibly be in, but like the pain that you recognize is like, I just need to expel this demon from my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so fucking dark out that I was like, dude, I'm not gonna make it up to the outhouse. You had to like go up this hill and there's an outhouse, and plus I was like, dude, if I get up there, there's no light in there, I'm gonna fucking fall in or whatever.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I gotta do this quick and dirty. So I just went down. We were camping right next to this little beach where the river was, and so I just went out to the beach and just dropped my drawers and crouched and just did it under the stars. And honestly, it was a beautiful moment because I mean,
Not for the kid sleeping next to the river.
well, I have said
It's
this.
like you're on the wrong side of it.
But I feel like that's the best way to you got to do it like your ancestors, you know, the cavemen. Shit or piss under the stars, and you never feel more connected to the earth and the universe. So, did that. Didn't like brush anything over it, clean anything up. Next day I go out, and this guy, you just told me you put your fucking shitty ass underwear back in your grandma's drawer.
It was my drawer.
This guy was walking his dogs down the beach the next day, and I was like, yes, perfect cover. Because it was the dog's shit.
So some dude picked up your shit?
I don't know if he picked it up.
You just picked up
I wasn't gonna go up and be
a
like,
fucking pile of
I wasn't gonna walk up to the
human-sized
beach and be
turds.
like, you see that? You see this?
I did that.
Impressive, huh?
What do you think about that?
I have a story that's not from me, but it's from a friend of mine. I may have told you this one before, but I was in a play in high school, and my friend AJ, who was this bigger guy, he was supposed to go. He was in the play too, and he was supposed to go on pretty quickly. And we're in the like green room, we're in the back, messing around, and he's trying to impress this girl that he had this huge crush on. So he decides, for whatever reason, he's convinced her now that he can break dance, and she doesn't believe him because he's this huge guy, and she's like, you can't break dance. So this guy decides to get down on the ground and start like spinning around and doing like his breakdance stuff. So he does it, and
Could
I'm
he do
laughing
it?
and everything. Not really.
Okay.
Sorta.
And he just kind of looked like a roly-poly. And so then he gets up, and she leaves, and he walks up to me, and he's like, I just shit my pants. So while he was breakdancing, trying to impress this girl he had a crush on, he shit his pants.
Nice.
So then I stand there, and basically I'm like, guard, while he has to call his grandma and have his grandma drive to the school and drop him off a clean pair of pants so he can change before we have to go on stage and perform this play in front of a bunch of people.
So he's not performing with a pants full of shit.
Yeah.
I would have powered through, dude.
You're like, I would have just been like this, just one cheek up, making sure you're not squishing it.
That would have been your incentive throughout the whole play. Would have just reminded you.
Hey,
that
don't.
you're centered.
You're like, yeah, don't. Remember who you are. You're the guy who shits his pants.
Oh, shit. Oh,
we
shit.
double teamed. They're fucking phasing through you. Since when could they?
Well, that makes sense.
I forgot those red boys was there.
Those red boys was there.
Oh, I remember when we killed them the first time.
Okay. Oh,
We're fine.
still fine.
I've had my mom come around multiple times telling me that she shit herself. I'm
Like she's proud. I
no,
shit
like,
myself.
I'm just
proud
like,
to
Done it again.
yeah, and I'm like, do you know
Guess
how
what,
fucking
Brittany?
bad it is?
She's told some gnarly shit her pants stories.
Mama done dude. Mama made a mistake.
My mom used to get so mad at me because we used to grew up in Arizona, so we would go out in the desert and ride dirt bikes. But I was not going to go out in the desert and go to the bathroom. Like, this just wasn't going to happen. And so I'd make her drive me back into town to go to the bathroom.
You don't want to get a scorpion in your butthole.
Exactly. Thank you.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can still get in trouble for it.
If there's like, if it's a place that people are frequenting, probably. Okay, so what are we doing? Oh, we're in the Shining Bar.
So we're not supposed to be here. I just tucked away here because there was a shaky door, and I didn't want anything to do with that.
What's love got to do with that?
Uh-oh.
You know, in the UK, they have this program called the Pink Light Program, where stores will put pink lighting out on the outside. to deter like teenage loiterers because it makes their like acne and blemishes stand out more around their friends. And so it's supposed to be like a non-aggressive way. It's like the 7-Eleven by my house that plays passive aggressive. Yeah, it's like the 7-Eleven by my house that plays hella loud classical music. Outside they like blast it. It's supposed to keep like homeless people and hoodlums because we wants to be like doing a hardcore drug deal while fucking Bach is playing in the background. The answer is me. I want to be doing that. Go into the previously locked door for the main hall.
First floor, east wing. So the one, not the one with the pots on the statue, but the one to the left of that.
Or check the map. What rooms are not green?
Make sure you look
Will that help?
Make sure you look east, not west.
Oh, is it the? I don't know. There's something in that hallway that we keep skipping. Is what it looks like.
He said yeser to what you said.
Okay.
I guess. If I had to guess. If I had to put a thing on it.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Too many steps.
So that's the door that was shaken. I'm just waiting for a hunter or a red boy to pop out.
Like a red rocket.
You got a jewelry box?
Seems like a personal question.
I think we might have.
We need a jewelry box.
Oh, I think based on the map, it looks like we probably already have been there.
Wow, Steven, just because we're playing the girl character, you think we need to go find some jewelry? That's hella fucking sexist, bro. You need to check your male privilege.
Check your patriarchy, okay?
Oh, so that hallway where there's the dude jiggling the handle, I think that's... Oh, no, all those doors have been opened, at least.
Oh, yeah, just go down the hallway where the dude's jiggling.
He's a jiggling dude, you know what I'm saying? Just a couple of jiggling guys being jiggling dudes.
Oh, you jiggled when you should have jaggled.
What the fuck is that?
That's gonna be a quick
Okay, so we can't say this on the stream or show it on the stream, but I went into Finder today on my Mac at work to look for some space camp stuff that I had designed, and look what series website suggestions were.
Excuse me?
This is freaking me out.
Oh.
Aladdin?
That's
Wait, but the bigger question is, that's on IMDb?
Yeah, kind of blew me away because there's literally
Wait.
no reason why that should show up.
From 92? Oh, that's
recent.
that's crazy.
Especially on my work computer. I was like, what?
Found something new about your boss.
Oh, I probably should report that too.
We didn't even say it out loud.
No. This I should report because I let's see, it was bot account.
Report it to the cyber police. Wait, we had a bot?
Yeah.
Oh, want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers on big follows. I mean, yeah.
How did you know that?
How did I know what?
What it said.
Because he knows how to read.
What
It's not
said?
on the screen.
I'm a fucking psycho, bro. I got ESPN.
No, you don't. You don't even like sports ball.
But I love sports ball documentaries.
Seems like the worst place. I mean, obviously they're trying to get people who don't have a ton of following or whatever, but like, seems like the worst place to go where someone will 100% read your chat and see that you're an idiot trying to get people to go to a website that you shouldn't go to.
Yeah, but the real question is, do we want to become famous?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, so I don't know why we're giving this bot so much shit. It seems like they're offering us
It's just a quick, easy,
pretty
boom
good
shot.
deal
Get out, of
here.
get out of my face.
It's like the messages I get every single morning in our like requesting to send you a message that's like, watch my pussy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm probably missing out on a lot of
A lot of
Cute cat videos.
Yes. I'm like, what if the love of my life is somewhere in these watch my pussy messages? And I'm just deleting them here.
Not watching any pushies around these parts.
pussies.
It's my beautiful feline.
I think I'm still headed the wrong way.
Oh yeah, so okay, so the s'mores candy bar.
Oh shit, this is where we started, huh?
Yeah, tried and true. So I mean, like my regular everyday go-to, though, because those don't exist anymore. Also, another one that I love that doesn't exist is a Wonka bar. Anyway,
Wasn't a Wonka bar?
graham cracker.
Yeah.
And chocolate. Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
Do you see a theme?
Um,
It's candy bar.
My go-to
he's
now
a fan of graham crackers.
is Reese's. I love me some Reese's.
Yeah,
Reese's
classic
Pieces?
Reese's is pretty high.
Reese's cups?
Reese's. Yeah, they have peanut butter lovers, and then they have like extreme peanut butter lovers now.
I kind of like forced myself to fall in love with peanut butter this year. Just eating it by the spoonful. So I have more appreciation for Reese's, but they always kind of bored me as a kid because it's just chocolate and peanut butter,
Yeah.
which I get is the whole marketing thing. You got chocolate in my peanut butter,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
now Reese's has like 700 spin-off candies.
So many different kinds.
I think like just basic candy bars that have always been my favorites. Can't beat a Twix, bro.
Yeah.
Can't
Twix is
beat
pretty great.
Twix.
No.
And the best thing about a Twix is that when you finish one,
You got another.
there's always another.
Yeah, their marketing thing's all stupid.
The left and right.
Yes,
Not for me because
yes, because Twix are oriented horizontally, so it's a top and a bottom.
it's called a joke.
Ooh.
No, it's not.
This is a
The
push
joke is, well, you're left or right, but it doesn't matter. The joke isn't, oh, we're oriented the wrong way, so we're idiots.
Well, as a left-handed person, it matters to me, and I think it's very disrespectful that you say it doesn't.
Why?
Because it feels different to eat a left one than a right one. Okay.
It's a top and a bottom.
I'm not gonna say, oh yeah,
He's spitting mad.
I'm eating the bottom Twix.
Yes.
You're such a bottom.
Damn, correct.
The pitcher Twix and the catcher Twix.
That's not.
So there's a classy, easy one. Like from my childhood, I was really into Butterfinger. I don't know if it was just the marketing was really good when I was a kid.
Bart Simpson.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't lay a finger on my Butterfinger. That shit was delicious. I still will fuck with one on occasion, but they're
Not a Butterfinger
so
guy.
awful for your teeth.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I love Butterfinger, but I can't eat one. Like I physically can't eat one without then feeling like I have to immediately go to the dentist.
yeah.
So then, what do you?
So now mostly a Reese's, but I will occasionally mess with a nice classic Crunch bar.
Have you ever had the caramel crunch?
Mm-mm.
It's like a crunch bar, caramel, and then like a layer of chocolate. Hell yeah.
Ooh, high school I'd fuck with a Carmelo.
Oh shit.
I used to be obsessed with anything that was caramel, caramel. Let's decide this once and for all. Let's settle this
It
argument
depends on the candy bar.
right here on the
If
stream.
it's like a Toblerone, then that shit's filled with caramel.
Yeah, it's like a
I love a Toblerone.
what's another fancy
Ferrero
caramel candy?
Rocher.
Ferrero Rocher.
I think that's just. I don't
That's
think
just chocolate and hazelnut.
hazelnut. Yeah, but
So-
if they probably have a
Caramel
caramel,
liquor.
a truffle. A truffle would be filled with caramel.
Oh, like a Lint.
A Lindor, yeah.
Yeah.
Lindor Lints now with caramel.
But so chat, whoever's here, what's your preference, caramel or caramel,
Or what's your preference in candy bar?
or just candy bars in general? Oh, but
How?
besides Twix, Milky Way.
I mess with a Milky Way. A Milky Way Midnight though.
Oh yeah,
shit.
that's where it's
But-
at. My
I used to love fast breaks.
Ooh, I remember
Fast
fast breaks.
what
They
the
were
hell do you
big.
do?
my go-to when I was in college.
Great, dude, we just got the thing and you broke it?
Yep, sure did. Let's hit a real quick
Man,
puzzling.
Oh, we're puzzling.
And he's like, ooh, yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Break
we
it
are
again,
indeed,
break
we
it
are
again.
indeed puzzling.
Yeah, that's it.
is like
Oh,
let's do this big guy right here. Can I rotate her?
Oh, I didn't know you could rotate her. I hardly know her.
Hardly notate her.
Kevin,
Kevin. All right.
Kevin!
What's your least favorite candy? Not just bar. Just in general.
I
cookies
just
and cream.
It's,
Really?
It's
Yeah.
it's
is
gotta
it too rich.
Black licorice?
No, it's gotta be.
Ooh.
So like
Black
I
licorice
could
is not even candy.
so I could mess with maybe a single black licorice, but for me it's gotta be Peeps. They're
So
pointless.
caramel, the fancier version.
Oh, Steven's
Yeah,
a fancy
check your
boy.
privilege, Steven. We can't all afford caramel.
I think that goes, yeah, like that.
Like this?
I don't know.
I
there.
don't know.
you could go with this, or you could go with that.
You could go with this, or you could go with that.
Remember those
You could go with this, or you could
the
go with
gerbils
that.
or whatever from the commercials, the Kia Soul commercials. or whatever?
Hamsters?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you wanna go outside?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
They're all part of the rodent family. Yeah, with a last name like Vayu, that's a princely name.
Yeah, surprised not Vay me, huh? Yeah, black licorice to me is the worst.
Necco wafers can fuck themselves.
Okay, the chocolate ones are cool though. No.
They don't taste like chocolate. So what's the point of something that's chocolate flavored?
Okay,
Just
but say that's
get real
anything
chocolate.
watermelon flavored or anything banana flavored or anything apple flavored.
I agree with anything banana flavored can suck a dick. But fake.
Banana Laffy Taffy is fucking hella good.
I agree with that statement.
I feel like if there is any candy that has other fruit flavored options, why would you go with the grape or the banana? You just get rid of that shit and you go with the.
But I'm just saying, watermelon doesn't taste like watermelon.
No, I know.
Schnozberries taste like
But chocolate's like- I
schnozberries.
feel
That's the
chocolate's-
bottom, dude.
I feel like chocolate's easy. And if you've been around for like 200 years, like Necco wafers have, you would think they would have like cracked chocolate. But it's because they know that old people don't taste anything anyway. That's why they gotta suck on those Werther's Originals for an entire day before they're like, oh, yep, that's a little bit of caramel.
So you can slide
Butterscotch.
everything. You can slide the piece a bit under the borders.
Okay.
Yeah, black licorice. I'd rather fucking.
Rather shit your pants.
No.
No.
You ever had a
No.
Chico stick?
I think so. You know what I like the idea of, but not the execution of, is an Abba Zaba. Cause I like the fucking.
Oh.
You know, I want that fucking white tube.
Oh, isn't it the one that's like a white tube with like a chocolate in the middle?
It's peanut butter, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Classic
but it's-
Reese's mix-up.
it's hard as fuck, dude. It's sitting there, it's fucking hard, all hard in your mouth. You're just trying to get to the goodness on the inside.
Jesus. This, and then you're trying to soften it up in your cheek and
Yeah. You know.
Abba Zaba.
I know someone who lost a tooth from a sugar daddy. They're like really hard caramel.
Oh yeah.
Hey, lay down.
I lost a tooth eating corn nuts once.
That makes sense. I feel like corn nuts were invented to knock kids' teeth out.
Had him down the gullet. I was chewing, and then I got to one, and I was like, God, that's a hard ass fucking corn nut. And I tried so hard to bite it, and it wouldn't bite. And so I was like, all right. I pushed it aside, and I was like, I'll come back to it later. So I kept eating, and then finally I was like, what the fuck? I spit it out, and it was
Your tooth?
my tooth.
So your tooth had come out and you saved it for later in
Yeah.
your mouth.
I went to go eat it. I was like, I'll eat that later.
It's a classic
I think that's
Anthony
right.
Perez move.
Yeah. Oh, that one? I don't know. That seems like it could be. Yeah. Because the wings are off to the side. I think it's some kind of crest.
Some kind of plumage?
Some kind of...
Yup. I fucking told you, dude.
Every time I eat a Jolly Rancher, I get too impatient and I bite into it, and then it literally cements my teeth shut.
Tires are hell good, though.
They are, but you're not supposed to bite into them, I don't think. Did you guys ever get Jawbreakers when you were kids, but like the fat ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
not
got one
really.
from Colombia one time, like the old like ghost town,
Hmm.
and it was fucking massive.
And you would like put them in the freezer or the fridge or whatever. I did.
Um,
You would lick it for a while, and then you put it in the fridge, and then you come back
my
to it
mom
later.
probably gave me like a plastic bag or something to put it in.
Oh,
But-
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I took it over to my friend's house, and her dad sawed it in half for me. And it was the one that like changed colors, so you
Yeah.
could see like all the different layers. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they used to be like a thing that you would get. It was like getting a caramel apple. Like you would get it at some special occasion or whatever. And
Sarsaparilla.
a sweet sarsaparilla.
I fucked with the gobstoppers.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like smaller.
I was pissed
Give me
though
that
because
brooch, little kid.
they weren't everlasting, like in the movie.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's that Spencer Mansion key, my dude.
That's a skeleton key.
Dude, you could stab a zombie with that key.
Josh just said he finished Possessor.
Another recommendation.
Did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts? Anthony recently described it as, what if Christopher Nolan made a horror movie?
And that
And I think that's
fucking
pretty good,
checks
yeah.
out hard.
Thanks.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts, Josh, especially going into it super blind.
I mean, he is super blind.
I wasn't going to put that out there either.
Hey, stop, please. Stop. You can't lick that. It's an open wound, sir.
He's so fucking watch me.
Watch me.
Watch me. Watch me. Watch me.
It's tough. I don't know what I would recommend to you.
Watch. We need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, that one's pretty fucked up. Not really a horror movie though.
Yeah. If you want a horror recommendation, let's go back. Let's see.
I did recommend The Barn.
Oh yeah, if you haven't seen The Barn yet, what are you even doing, bro?
Said he wasn't super pulled into it. Okay.
I can see if you're not sold on the style right away. You know.
It is a weird ass movie too. Like, what the fuck is going on the whole time? Barn's dope. Night of the Creeps, old school 80s shit. If you haven't seen that, you probably have, Josh, but I would still recommend it.
Got a couple of defensive daggers.
Barn, low budget, 80s homage.
Funny one?
A homage.
What's the funny one?
Was it from
your-
Was it from his watch list?
No, we were on the phone the
Oh,
other day.
Werewolves Within.
No.
That's
We were on
what
the
it
phone
was.
the other day.
Oh, so that was an A and B conversation, huh?
Yeah, A&J.
That's when you and I have a conversation. It's an A&J conversation.
Oh, sorry, you're not the only person with a J name, bro. You're probably not the only person with the name John. Horror comedy. The Barn is horror comedy. Night of the Creeps is horror comedy. Saturday the 14th might have been the one I mentioned.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one's mostly comedy.
Mostly.
It's pretty off the rails. And like,
For those counting at home, pee break number 1.
Healing the world.
you don't know he's going pee. Oh yeah, he's going pee.
He just goes into my room, takes a nap.
I'm taking shit in there.
What's the weirdest place you ever shit?
Saturday the 14th.
Yeah, Saturday the 14th. It's on Prime. It's not like,
It's on Primo.
I mean, I don't know if you'll laugh out loud, but it's enjoyable, especially if you're a horror fan, because it has
I just loop swooped and pulled it.
little Easter eggs to that kind of stuff. But it's really over the top, goofy. Jeffrey Tambor, right?
Yeah, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
Is this the way I go?
But
to
definitely
Spencer Mansion?
between that and The Barn and Night of the Creeps, that would not be my first one to go toward.
No, I just came through this fucking one. God damn it.
Nah, I'm not saying you if. I'm saying the royal you.
Okay, where is that room where I use the mansion key?
Steven, let's say hypothetically you were to win a Todd Browning Award. Hypothetically, what would you want your reward to be? Your award. If you had to pick something within reason, hypothetically. Okay.
I mean, that's easy.
I like the generality because it doesn't have to be us. So yeah, we'll send you dudes. They'll just be some randos from the internet.
But we'll put one of our dick pics in there, and you won't know. You won't know.
Yes, like the Chinese firing squad conversation we had.
Exactly. Yeah. There'll be one blank.
Has he seen Hatchet?
Josh, I'm not sure. Josh Hatchet is a good one.
If he's looking for horror comedies.
Or if you're looking for like a sitcom type, Holliston is on Shudder, Josh. And that one.
I think we've talked about Holliston with Josh before.
Yeah, probably. Might have watched it with him. Who knows? I can't keep track of everything I do or say. Let me see.
Porcelain Peaks, the Chinese firing squad of nudes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so while you were away, I asked Steven if he were to hypothetically win a Todd Browning Award, what would he want as his reward? And he said nudes. And I said, yeah, we could send nudes of people from the internet. And John said one of them will be one of us. Like the Chinese firing squad. He called us the Chinese firing squad.
Great, so now that's going to be a new Porcelain Peak staple, is using Chinese.
Yeah,
firing
I've been
squad.
Tone, I've been John, I've been the Chinese firing squad.
Yeah, I mean, I would,
Yeah, I mean,
I liked the gore. I think that's the best part of those shows, the slasher shows, is that it's when it does get gory, it gets
I'm gonna
gory,
say
and those
no,
are really
I'm gonna-
cool. But the plots fucking suck.
but also gore is really easy to like if that's all you have going for you, there's so many better places to get gore.
Yeah. You know what I watched the other day is our Scary Stories of Charlie in the Dark video. When the last time you guys watched that? Where I hop into bed?
Oh, the one where we hop in bed? Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, Steven, if you want to get excited about the three of us in a bed together, go watch our Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark video. That was so much fun. We got to do another video soon.
We do gotta do some more videos.
Oh hell yeah! Shotgun shells.
Yeah, like if like you can be hella gory, and if the rest of the show sucks, then it's just like okay. I mean, that's why I like a lot of horror movies. That a lot of people get excited about horror movies that come out now, where it's like if it's gory, that's all they care about. It's like, oh, but the gore was so good, and it's like, yeah, but again, I'll just go watch Evil Dead, any of them.
I mean, there were a lot of people who gave a lot of the Fear Street movies a pass because the gore was
Because the
good.
kills were cool, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but the story sucked, for the most part.
Yeah, I still think that the first one was entertaining.
I'll go back and rewatch the first one.
I would too, yeah.
It just has that really like homey like 90s horror like meta.
Like it's a good Halloween time
I
movie.
think the second
Absolutely.
one just took too long to get going, and I wanted it to be grungier.
Dude,
It could have done a lot more with the witch thing than it ended up pulling off.
Yeah, totally. And you know there's gonna be more, so whatever.
Okay.
I am excited though about Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass. I kind of want to see this Night House movie, man.
Yeah, it's got like an 85 on Rotten or something,
I'm
and
saying.
I've heard good things about it. When you mentioned it yesterday, my brain just doesn't even work.
the biggest issue with the Fear Street is in the second one is that it's gory and there's lots of kills.
Read louder.
But I can't have fun with the kills because it's a bunch of innocent kids.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I hadn't even really thought about that. The fact
They're
that
just
you're
like
just
bystanders.
watching innocent kids getting killed
For the most part, yeah.
for basically no reason.
They
it
didn't break
seems.
any of the rules. So maybe that was intentional to make it scarier. Like, you don't have to break the rules to get murdered in our universe.
I mean, but for something that's supposed to be paying homage to those types of films where there are specific rules, it does
Yeah,
kind of feel
that's a really good point,
a
too.
little shitty.
I didn't think about that. Hey, man, you want to murder some kids?
Oh, but I was gonna say about the Night House or whatever the fuck. When you told me about it, I immediately assumed it was on streaming somewhere, and so I was looking for it last night to watch it, and then I was like, oh, he meant like it's out in theaters. My brain doesn't even work that way anymore. When I hear a new movie came out, I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. So I was kind of bummed last night because I was stoked to come home and watch it.
So soaked.
I was so stoked.
Soaked, dude. Also, if anybody in chat hasn't checked out Green Knight, I believe it is now fully available to rent from home. I would highly suggest to check that shit out.
Speaking of Midnight Mass, I know we talked about how it's the book that Kate Siegel is writing in Hush,
Mhm.
but it's also the book that gets thrown in Gerald's game.
Yeah, that's right. I knew there was more than one connection.
Oh, sorry, she's not writing Midnight Mass. She already has written Midnight Mass.
Yeah, and she's writing like the follow-up. or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think so, yeah. And then in Gerald's game, when she's stuck, she throws a book or something, and that's Midnight Mass.
That's awesome.
I just fucking
I-
love Mike Flanagan.
But that's like the kind of stuff that I've always thought would be super fun to do if I was a director, would be just to have. It reminds me of, I mean, obviously J.J. Abrams is like a pariah now, but how he always had the Slusho in all of his different
Yeah, and
stuff,
Kelvin.
and the Kelvin stuff. Yeah, I mean they call it it's the Kelvin universe or the Kelvin timeline in Star Trek.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Creepshow's good. Stephen King acting is fucking awful, but, you know. Yeah, Flanagan is doing his own Stephen King-esque connections. Yeah.
Well, watch Gerald's Game. I think it's on Netflix.
Which is Stephen King, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think there's maybe more to this other one that I need to put together.
I've actually been meaning to rewatch Gerald's Game because after seeing the Spooky Astronauts, like how that was her number one.
It's cool, but it's not my number one by far.
No, and I don't think it would change my mind. But it's the same with like Oculus, where I kind of had like an iffy opinion on that, and then rewatching it, I was like, actually, this movie's pretty dope.
Yeah, chat, has anyone seen Oculus? If you have, what are your opinions? Or, what's the other one? Before I Awake?
Before I Awake.
Thoughts on that, too.
Which originally was supposed to be called Somnia, which I thought would have been a cool trend for his first few movies to be like Absentia, Oculus, Somnia, like doing the Latin or whatever. Oh, by the way, I mean, Steven and
Oculus is dope. Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out again, because I don't remember really giving a shit about it.
I don't, like I said in our text, I'm not a huge Karen Gillan fan, despite the fact that I really liked her in Doctor Who for a while. I just don't really enjoy her in much else. I do think she gave a good performance in What If.
Yeah.
In the second episode of What If, though. But I really liked the movie on a rewatch.
I really, like I said, I liked her character journey as Nebula. I think that as far as like
Yeah.
especially in Volume 2, I thought she was dope in that.
She's
shit.
fine as Nebula, it's just that character is not super interesting.
I think it is more in once you get past the first Guardians movie. She's just kind of fodder
Yeah.
in the first one, but when you really get to dig into the character's like motivations and the reasons why she is the way she is, basically just being torn apart over the course of her entire lifetime.
She does
fucked up.
still end up basically just functioning as a plot device, though, even in her later appearances,
That's
because
possibly true.
she's the reason that Thanos finds out about the whole timeline thing, is because they use her like recorded the fact that even though we've never seen it before, because she's a robot, she can somehow mix up her signals with her like other timeline version of herself. We're getting into a whole different rabbit hole now, but not that I have a problem with any of that. I just
Still
always
sounds a lot like genocide.
but it's efficient.
What we got here?
Oculus does a good job of being a haunted house story that makes you feel.
Unsure about, maybe, is what you're trying to say there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's a cool concept because, I mean, I guess you could say the Kiefer Sutherland Mirrors movie also did spooky mirrors, but
I think I saw that shit in theaters. Might have been with Josh, and I remember it being real bad.
I also saw it in theaters, and I remember it being real bad.
Also with
Except
Josh.
no, actually, I'm pretty
Josh
sure I
is
saw
just
it
going
with
to the movies
Dominic.
everybody.
Oh.
Unstable, yeah. But I honestly think that for me, with Oculus, like I said, I watched it already having known a little bit about Flanagan and the way that he makes movies, which I think was a benefit to me. If you watched it when it came out, he was relatively untested and didn't have a lot of projects. So there's a possibility that you may not have been expecting a Mike Flanagan type movie and not gotten the same experience that you would now, having watched basically all of his other content.
Well, I mean, there were movies of his that I feel are just fine. Like, I don't think everything... Like, I didn't dislike Oculus before rewatching it. I just thought it was fine, the same way I feel about Absentia, which I feel like is just a fine movie. It's not a great movie.
I think it has a lot of potential, which is
yeah.
how I saw it when we watched it.
Yeah, but I'm... with Oculus, the thing that impressed me the most on the rewatch was the edit. Was the fact that it's a movie that it must have been... He just chooses projects that are so fucking difficult for him to pull off, where it's like, oh, the entire narrative of Oculus depends on you being able to keep up with the constant back and forth, and the way it does, like, then it starts mixing the timelines through the mirror reflection stuff, and it starts getting so complicated that if you're not following the whole time, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? And then he decided to do that pretty much again in Hill House.
I would say it feels like it was a practice run, like a dry run for Hill House.
Yeah, which is what's fun about going back and watching, like, a filmmaker's older projects like that, especially somebody like Flanagan, where you can really trace his style growth, like where you can start seeing, like, oh, he introduced a little bit of, like, the blue tones in this movie, and then that's obviously a huge thing in the Haunting shows, and then in Dr. Sleep, everything is just, like, super blue. And
the back and forth with the Hill House is executed nearly fucking perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So tight.
yeah, I was talking to Adrian today, and about, cause I sent you the thing about her saying that Kate Siegel was one of her girl crushes, or
Well, and
celebrity
Victoria-
crushes, or
yeah,
whatever.
wasn't it-
Because I had said
Victoria-
Victoria Pedretti, thinking she wasn't gonna know who that was.
Yeah.
And then she responded saying, "Oh yeah, Victoria Pedretti and also Kate Siegel." And I was like, "Oh well, then she's obviously seen the Haunting shows."
Yeah.
But I told her that we're gonna rewatch them as Halloween gets a little bit closer. And I was like, I'm gonna be hella annoying and just be pointing out all of the ghosts throughout the whole thing, like even the obvious ones, like the main, like the bent neck, like that's a fucking ghost. You see that? That's a ghost. She was asking me today what's the
Probably
difference.
the ghost to hang out past because I'm leaving.
She was asking me what the difference between a house and a manor was, and I said I think it's the number of ghosts that are allowed to haunt the place. So a house, I think you can get up to like 10 ghosts maximum, but a manor, you're looking at like 100 ghost seating limit, I think.
Okay, was this where I got punked? Did I just know about? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of noises. So this one's locked from the other side, which means I think I gotta go in here.
Oh shit! Hey, there's a thing.
Yeah, I saw it.
Fuck him up.
I'm gonna try.
You got 101.
Yeah, that's for the handgun, but handgun ain't gonna do shit on these bad boys. Alright, and then
You gonna burn him?
I don't have the stuff to burn them, but they're when they're little redheaded guys, they're double confirm, back to shotgun. I think there's one more in here. Maybe two.
Check the mirror.
Yeah, I see
Oh
it.
no! It's not an apple. It's a light bulb. Yeah, that's a guy.
Yeah, I see him. I'm just trying to get him to come down this hallway.
So you
Hi.
should have one more door you came use that key on. Or you're just having the grenade launcher when you
go through it.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, fuck. I was watching this video earlier, Anthony, and it was Keanu Reeves going through his motorcycle company.
Oh yeah. Is it Arrow or whatever? Archer.
But anyway, then YouTube was like, here's a suggestion for you. Here's Keanu Reeves answering questions surrounded by puppies.
Oh yeah, I saw
That's
that.
hella cute.
I was like, okay, well, who the fuck am I to say no to that?
Yeah.
Not a monster, you know? So when someone asked him a question, do you have any book recommendations? And he gave one. And so then I went and bought that book today. I was like, well, what's one more?
I think I've made enough progress here where I don't want to lose it. So
Making progress, making
Make a
fucking
big
progress.
I think I'm gonna hit a classy save, grab the stuff that we need.
Oh no, you accidentally hit an acid shell.
Check this out. So, one of our sponsors is Therapy. And on it, we talk about me using it, so we can't say that stuff unless it's true. So I do
Porcelain
use
Peak
the
is sponsored
service.
by Therapy.
I was surprised you didn't ask me for like any testimonial for me because I've also used the service.
The fuck's a toastimonial?
Anyway, so this lady that I see, she's super dope. She's a bit older, but she told me recently that when she was younger, like in the early aughts, she and her husband sailed around the world.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder she ain't got no problems.
I was like, huh? Yeah, at the end of the story, she was like, so what I'm basically saying is just do it. And she's like, that's a really roundabout way of getting there. And I was like,
Yeah,
dude,
just
that
like a
was
trip
fucking
around the
amazing.
world. Yeah.
Just tell me more. Anyway, so she did tell me more about it. So, but apparently, while on this journey, she kept a journal
A journey journal.
and then self-published it when she got back. Yeah. So
Wait, did you say they sailed or just traveled?
sailed?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wackadoo.
Yeah, she said it was crazy. So there was a couple times when she thought they were gonna die.
I would lose my shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to
Super
do
dope.
it.
So,
Did she tell you where their favorite place was when they were sailing?
she said they spent a lot of time in the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say if you're gonna go anywhere, go to the Caribbean.
But yeah, she said that there was a couple
you're a
of
pirate.
real bad storms where they were like, okay, we got our ditch bag, and we're ready to go. But anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about picking that up.
Sailing or the journal?
The journal.
I'm just imagining you in a little fucking like Donald Duck sailor's
I mean, and Donald ducking it while he's doing it.
Yeah, bro.
Dick and balls in the wind.
No, I don't do that anymore, John.
What? Put your dick and balls in the wind?
I don't sleep like that. I used to sleep Donald Duck style.
Oh yeah, I remember this discussion.
Also known as the Woody the Pooh.
I'm just weird. Like maybe I'm just like I'm strangely self-conscious or something, but I just have never been able to like sleep.
Ooh,
nude
Hunter,
or
Hunter, Hunter,
semi-nude.
Hunter.
I always have to have at least like underpants and at least like a tank top or something on. Like even shirtless is rough.
This is gonna be bad.
I feel weird.
Use this.
Yeah.
But I hear it's much better for you to sleep naked.
You gotta let your shit breathe. When's the last time you just let your dick breathe?
I just didn't know I had that capability.
You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry, man. I'm fucking suffocating you in there.
That's what I'm
I let
saying.
my lady breathe. Like,
There you go. See? Just let the clam out.
I mean, I wear shoes while we're under.
Yeah. You gotta have some. I mean, it
Yeah.
sits in there all sweat. You know, let it out.
I mean, I shower like.
That's not the same.
Yeah, but then you immediately put it back into something.
Yeah.
Try it.
Sometimes when I'm home and I don't got any plans, nothing. Yesterday I wore shorts and didn't even put underwear on.
If I'm wearing like gym shorts or something,
Yeah,
I'll do that.
but yeah, no. So I just wear socks to bed, and that's
See,
it.
that's the
because
weird.
if-
That's I would find it less weird if you were just completely naked.
Right,
But
yeah.
the fact that you have socks on makes it.
my
If it's
feet,
cold feet.
my feet get hella cold, and if there's a fucking fire, I don't want to be barefoot.
Duh.
He's gotta have his business socks on.
Yeah.
If there was a fire, your feet would be the first thing to catch fire.
You don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, so this isn't the right door.
Okay, well, we can pose the question that we had last night. This is completely unrelated, but to the chat, which is, what's the best fast food non-ice cream dessert item?
Oh, so so that was the question.
I had beignets from Popeyes.
You
and
did.
I think that
So I
fits the
immediately-
vote.
Like chocolate filled beignets,
Yeah.
right?
immediately went and got beignets from Popeyes.
They're hella fucking
Yeah.
good, dude.
I was
I had never had them before. I was like, what the fuck's a beignet?
Offensive dagger.
Amanda came home and it's like, we can have this for dinner and this for dinner. And I was like, how about we just get Popeyes? And she was like, yeah.
Our fucks would have popped.
So the first thing I ordered was the
Oh,
beignets.
the
And then I got
dagger.
the chicken or whatever. But yeah, super good. But powdered sugar everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
all over the
Yeah.
carpet in my room, yeah.
John, he said it's in that hallway where you got the arrow, past where you got the hammer key.
Armor? Oh, this is also where the tiger head is at, so we could do this.
He said don't do the tiger, I thought.
No, he said that it's optional. He didn't say not to do it. We might get some dope shit from it.
Yeah, best non-ice cream fast food dessert. I think beignets are a good contender. The caramel apple empanadas from Taco Bell are
I don't
fucking
have that anymore.
Apple enchiladas.
apple enchiladas.
Taco Bell? Yeah, well, I think we talked about this last time. Taco
They
Bell
have
is...
like the Cinnabon bites. Which
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good, but
But not great. Yeah, they need to up their dessert game.
Yeah, the reason that I had Popeyes on the brain yesterday is because I found out through looking up Anthony Bourdain after watching that documentary that he considered KFC... No, he considered the worst food he had ever eaten to be a McDonald's Chicken McNugget. But he had a huge soft spot for Popeye's chicken. And so for the whole next day, I was like, dude,
Popeye's
I
chicken
hella
is
want...
fucking awesome.
Yeah, like I
Churros from Jack in the Box. Josh, are those the ones that are filled with like a little bit of goo, but they're hella good?
What is it?
McDonald's apple pies are okay. Yeah, apple pie. I mean, sometimes they have like the pumpkin pies.
I do like the mini churros from Jack in the Box, which is a stretch for me because I think most everything that Jack in the Box does is disgusting.
see, I could love
Yeah.
Jack in the Box.
I liked their breakfast, but that was about it.
My dad would bring me their breakfast burritos, and I always like appreciated it at first, and then I would open it, like not the
Jack in the
burrito,
Box?
but I would like I would go to eat the burrito, and it's just half grease
Yeah,
and then
very
burrito
greasy.
ingredients. I'm like, how do you go out of your way to make your food this greasy and disgusting?
McDonald's also sometimes does like the seasonal strawberry cream pie. That shit's hella good.
The custard
I
ones
love a
aren't
good
bad.
cream pie.
Huh?
I
I love a
knew
good
you were
cream
gonna
pie.
say some shit, you know?
I'm agreeing with him. He's talking about
You
fucking...
know how when you know when
He's
your friend
talking
is
about-
gonna say some shit?
He's talking about how he loves a good cream pie in his mouth.
A strawberry cream pie. I feel like that's worse. I feel like it's done. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Pumpkin pie. Now we're just
Pumpkin
talking
pie,
about
though.
dessert, but yeah.
Well, no, I think
Have
he's
you
talking
ever,
about the one
uh,
from McDonald's.
Have you ever done the Urban Dictionary for a strawberry shortcake?
No, John, and I don't think I will.
I stay away from Urban Dictionary most times,
I
except
did
when
look
the
up,
when the young kids start using new hip lingo. I always find myself I have to. What is a FTP colon apostrophe LMFAO
What the
underscore umlaut
Is
mean?
this allowed?
I did look up what an e-girl was the other day.
Oh.
Did you look up what an eye lady was? And lady's nuts on your face.
You fucking thought. You really did.
I was like, well, tell me about it.
I underestimated your power.
The only reason he caught me off guard with Mind Goblin is
Because I
just
read
because
it off the card, baby.
Yeah,
It's the
because
act-
I
I'm
was
an
like,
act tool.
Mind Goblin is fucking hilarious. Just like
it caught
some
me.
Mind
Yeah,
Goblin.
it fucking hurt. It hurt my soul, but it was also fucking hysterical.
Yeah, but you didn't react the way that I wanted you to. You were just like, okay, what's the question?
Well, I was in the zone.
I wanted devastation and laughter.
Oh yeah, see, Steven loves a cream pie when it's sliding down his throat.
Josh, okay, but again, Josh is talking about the McDonald's pumpkin pies that they only do occasionally.
When pumpkins are in season.
Steven, you're in close enough proximity to this. When he mentioned beignets, I mentioned Cafe du Monde. Have you ever been and had the beignets and coffee there? Because that shit is flag.
Have you been to Nollins? That's how they say it, right?
Am I a dummy? No. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I know that, but let's drop off a couple.
Who's the
things
dummy
real
now,
quick.
dummy?
I'm gonna drop off
Steven said no.
this
He's never been to
Cafe du Monde.
He's secretly a trash person that puts on an air of privilege.
I would.
His
highly-
last name's actually Vern.
Vern.
Stephen Vern.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of trash, what's like some of the like white trashiest food that you've ever had like at home? Like
At home?
Oh, like something that you make like hella late at night when you're
or something like that. Yeah, like because we always had not always, but we would often do macaroni and cheese with hot dogs.
Oh,
cut
Oh,
in it.
all
That's a
the
staple.
time.
That's a staple.
Or-
Yeah.
But that's
Lucky
trash. Huh?
Hamburger.
Grilled hamburger.
Yep.
In the macaroni and cheese?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's the best way to do it.
Well, that sounds like hamburger helper,
That is hamburger helper.
like a stroganoff.
Yeah.
I was trying to give my mom some credit, dude. We used to always just have French fries with hella salt on them,
Okay.
and then a big ketchup mayonnaise mix,
Oh.
like
okay.
a Thousand Island type
Yeah.
thing. Which is probably why I can't fucking stand mayonnaise now as an adult, but because I had so much of it. As a kid.
Damn. All right, we gotta be.
What happened?
So Josh said white trash, and it tried to block the statement.
Oh yeah, I got to be careful.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not. It's not you. It's just because the chat is like.
Yeah,
they gotta be
I
careful.
allowed it. It's not like it's like if somebody came in and called me white trash, I'd probably just laugh it off.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely macaroni and cheese and hot dogs.
Mac and dogs, yeah. Well, I mean that, but I've heard that it is. I don't know everybody that does that, but apparently all you guys do it because I think we're all fit into that category.
What's other like hella just white food that like just? I feel like just if you eat bologna.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a bologna guy.
I see. I'd fuck with a bologna. Like I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
out of
you're
my
all-
way.
I
you're
did.
also
I
a
loved,
white person.
I loved
Yeah.
bologna.
Yeah, I'm also only a half.
In high school, my best friend and I, we would get hella high and we'd make bologna sandwiches.
I've always hated
Did
bologna.
you do it with Texas toast?
I have done it with Texas toast because I was so high that I thought it was regular bread. We were sitting there eating it, and I was like, why is this bread so fucking thick?
Struggle foods, yeah.
Ooh, struggle foods.
Like
Yeah.
rice and beans?
Yeah, we ate a lot of top ramen, and then we would put like lemon juice in it to like fancy it up.
Oh, no, we just...
Uh,
Most of the time I just ate it dry.
I would eat it. I would eat it raw too. Yeah, I got made fun of
Baby,
that.
I
at
like
school.
it raw. You're gonna get worms.
Fried bologna sandwiches with a fried.
My sister
egg.
was a big proponent of
worms.
yes, definitely worms.
When
We
my-
still had
Specifically,
Taco Bell.
When my grandma wanted to like, when she kind of would run out of ideas and we needed a meat entree, lots of spam. Did you guys ever have spam?
I had spam fried rice once, and it was hell good.
If spam is jazzed up in the right degree,
It's a big thing in Hawaii, isn't
With
it?
the Flavo top snack, yup.
Oh yeah, I used to have top ramen dry all the time when I was in like daycare. They used to give it to us as a snack, which is a hella unhealthy snack to give
Yeah,
kids.
it's a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
Cheese and mayo. Josh had cheese sandwiches.
If you just ate American cheese slices, I feel like that's how you knew you were.
Yeah,
healthy,
but I
right?
didn't know that was like poor cheese
I
as
know,
a kid.
me either.
We just ate
But
American
just like
cheese.
ate the cheese.
Well, it's the same as like drinking Tampico and thinking it's orange juice.
That's just sugar water.
Yeah.
Water.
We had a lot of Kool-Aid in my
Oh,
house.
tons of Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Well,
Every once in a while, if we got lucky, we got like the country lemonade stuff.
I mean, I've had chip sandwiches.
you wonder why all these fucking hoodlums are drinking lean? It's because they all grew up drinking Kool-Aid. And they're just like, what if I just put a little bit of cough syrup in there?
Yeah. I don't know. We were hella poor growing up.
Right.
The list goes on and on.
I mean, we just ate a lot of frozen. Like, I used to eat kid cuisines all the time.
Yeah.
I remember being excited in the kid cuisines to get to like the brownie or whatever,
Yes.
and even the brownie was disgusting.
Dude, you're sure, but I used to tear it up. But I used to eat the plastic. I just eat it up.
Oh, I will
Ate a lot of
take
cereal.
that.
Oh, yeah. In
My
a
mom
cup.
was like, "Oh, just go get a bowl of cereal." Yeah, and ice cream in a cup.
Yeah,
Just
I did a lot of
We have
cereal.
cups this wide and like this deep, and I would just because then you can't spill it.
Yeah.
I remember being proud of myself when I went to an ice cream. I think it was a TCBY, and had
Josh, you need to add an allegedly.
had like a
Allegedly, it goes in Sprite.
had like a massive ice cream sundae that was like this tall. They had like a foot tall sundae, and I ate the whole thing in one sitting. And this was in my pre-Nutty Professor serum days. So this is when I could pack it away. And now just that idea gives me diabetes.
Yeah.
We used to live down
The
the street
fuck?
from
Lead us. What?
TCBY.
What is that?
The country's best yogurt.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Wow. Itty bitty titty committee.
FBI female body inspector.
What is this? A disc and a.
It's an MO disc. I don't know what that means.
Oh shit! Is that a PlayStation game?
Mo nuts in your mouth.
Got you, bro.
I don't. I think it's a.
You don't like it?
It's tenuous at best.
Oh, okay. So, apparently, lean goes in Sprite.
That's what I was saying. You gotta say allegedly. Lean goes in Sprite. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh fuck.
Oh, he's a red boy already.
Do you wear a hat all day? Like, will you wear a hat all day? Do you wear a hat all day? Doesn't that hurt your head? And your hair?
I take it off and take breaks.
Okay, so then when I said you wear your hat all day, you said yeah, but we're lying.
Please did it.
Yep. I'm a never
It's like
nude
in
on top of my
Matilda where
head.
it's like glued to his head.
It's a sucker board every minute. I'm gonna take it for all they got.
That's some spooky lighting.
So a
in this
friend told
hallway.
me. Asking for a friend.
That's what Tone told you.
Well, when we were living in Turlock and I was still going to Stan, I got
Oh, you got that cough syrup, huh?
I had a sore throat, hella bad. It was awful, and it was I think the day before I graduated college.
Got some codeine.
So they gave me a fat ass bottle of codeine, and it helped. And then I didn't use it all, so then
You sell it?
I gave it to somebody more in need,
Who also had a sore throat.
who also may or may not have had a sore throat.
You gave it to somebody in need for a particular dollar and cents amount?
Are you trying to incriminate him on the live stream?
No, allegedly.
That fixes it.
Oh, let's. Fuck yeah.
Pizzazz. Even though I could feel it, I got worried for a second that I was scratching your leg instead of my leg. Crack coquan.
Uh-oh. Is it a hunter?
What kind of pizza did you get, Britt? Oh, that's crazy.
I love pizza.
Oh, that's a one-hit kill.
All meat,
Oh, I shocked him. We good, G.
cheese,
Nice.
and some garlic bread.
What'd they bring back? Papadilla.
Oh, I never had one.
Me either. But they talk about it on This Is Important a few times. And I want one.
Isn't that just a slightly fancy Hot Pocket?
It's like a calzone.
Ooh,
Oh.
There's this calzone place. It's hella good.
I was just about to say we're probably thinking of the same place because I ordered from a new calzone place. Is it like
There's a new calzone place in Minnesota.
Is it like Brooklyn Calzones or something?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So, but they're hella good.
I ordered from them the other night. Super fire.
The low-cal calzone zone.
Yeah. I made that joke too.
Tones.
Tones low calzone zone.
Okay, I don't know what we need to do with this MO disc.
The Green Herb, is that the prequel to the Green Knight?
Yeah.
Green herb. That's what you need to have before you go see that fucking movie. Am I right?
You're like, am I right or am I right? I'm gonna.
Why are you carrying around so many empty bottles?
To piss in, dude. Have you seen a bathroom this whole time?
Dude, actually I have. There's a bathroom.
There's a couple
in
of
this mansion.
bathrooms.
Well, how come she hasn't used it? It's been 4 weeks.
Maybe she's pee shy and we've been watching her.
Okay.
What? We need what?
I'll need that MO disc and a couple of other items later down the line
Ooh.
to save Chris.
Good time. Good thing you have that crank for your crank time.
Yep. Crank
Shaft
down
Alley?
Shaft Alley.
Well, I'm gonna hit a Zaw Slice. All burb chat. Not that anyone cares.
I have some booch in the old refrigerator, the frig, if you will. Kombucha.
Kombucha.
You want me to get it for you?
Yes, please.
Kombucha.
Got him.
And the variants strike again.
Okay, gotta figure out where the fuck this other door is. Oh, this is the one with the. That's.
Was that barbecue sauce?
Sure is fucking barbecue sauce.
Just like the kombucha
It does. It does. It does.
Anthony, look.
I love a good prank. Yeah. My favorite pranks are those urinal ones.
This guy come up behind a dude. This started tugging on his dick, dude.
Pulling his bud.
Those urinal ones. Oh,
Second floor, west wing. I have the helmet key with me, and I also have 12 rounds of standard grenade for the grenade launcher, and then I think I also have 2 incendiaries. Ooh, that's good. It's a tropical punch kombucha. It's delicious. If you're into kombucha.
You're into booch.
Okay, let's see. Map. It's not that red door, is it? That's the one that's locked from the other side. Up the stairs behind me.
because of the content, or? No.
Alright, back up waking up every time there would be a hell loud jump scare.
Oh man, this game is actually
Well,
They go for every time.
I hope he was some money.
Okay, this is not the right way, I don't think.
Oh, you got kiwis? I love kiwis.
mm-hmm.
Found the other day that my boss is allergic to potatoes,
Oh.
tomatoes. Don't laugh. It's hella unfortunate.
thing?
Potatoes, tomatoes.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
You name it!
He's allergic to potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant. I mean, that's very strange.
I didn't bring. I used my health item and didn't replenish. So hopefully we just one and donesy this little bad boy.
So now I know if I want to raise, just have him eat some eggplant and be like, I have the eggplant antidote. Be your EpiPen. Not actually going to do that if my boss is watching the stream.
I thought you were gonna get fired.
Talking about poisoning my boss on live stream.
Oh, are we?
What are you doing here?
Are we headed back to Spiderville, USA? Because I would prefer
Oh,
not.
it's your least favorite place.
Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, the big old snack boy.
What did we name him?
I don't remember. His name is actually Yawn, if I remember correctly, but
That's okay.
we're gonna get fucking. Hit him with the rope-a-dope here.
Yeah, Trevor got up his ass.
You think John Voight's in there somewhere?
Inside of the snake?
Yeah.
From the
Oh,
movie
I'm-
Anaconda. John.
Nice.
What's Anaconda does?
Please.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
Are you dead? What, you're poisoned?
I'm hoping I'm not poisoned. Caution, that should be fine.
You gotta say,
That could be Jafar.
Yeah, that's Lewis.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff.
Could be one of these giant
For pubes. Plucked it.
Oh, you killed it.
I did.
Huh.
Get the sparkly thing.
We don't talk about.
What the fuck? That book was called Eagle of South North of North.
Weast.
Yeah, because books are dumb.
Okay. Didn't you start a book this week?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I did. It's a light read. It's a real small book.
Was it a book on lethal injection?
Oh. It's not. Yeah, it's on the kitchen table.
Huh? Sorry about that.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down out
Oh,
the
so
door
you're
that's
one?
there.
Oh, for your project?
Oh, let
For
me see
my
if I can
class.
just examine the book real quick before I get too crazy here. Ooh, there it is.
Huh?
Medal of the Wolf.
You're complaining there's not enough meat on the all-meat pizza?
Enough what?
Oh, and then of course I can't get out from here. I think that's to make sure that you don't try to run away from the snake.
What's our plan here? What are we doing?
So I killed the snake. I opened the book. The book had basically the other part of what I need to complete the object. So that way I can piece it all together and we can get out of the mansion, I think.
What's that? Is that here?
If it's not for that, it's to open another door to then get the parts. So
Want to? Eating.
What do you mean? What is it?
It's a fuzz. Oh.
Are you sure about that? That's a cube. That's so gross. Here, put it in my napkin. Can it drop in there?
It's my turn now.
oh, I don't need to keep holding on to this. I think I saved enough to use when necessary. Oh, what did you do? How did you manage to get it all the way on me from distance?
I'm fucking right next to you. What do you mean?
He's got range, bro.
You took a lot of offense to that. You took that very personally.
You got to get to veto levels there. Veto.
Oh, come on. Well, I guess you're never eating here, then.
She fucking
Fuck you, dude.
clapped you.
Fucking variant, bro.
He says as he gets up to get another slice of pizza. No, reading
No,
here
he's
again.
he's gonna boycott
Out of spite.
out of spite.
No, I'm done. I was done.
He's like, but trust me, if I hadn't already eaten, I would never eat here again.
I wouldn't eat here until the next time I eat it here.
That's just so true. I like to eat. Okay? I like singing about the moon and the Juna and the spring.
Apples and bananas.
Say, dude, eat while the eating's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do you want Anthony to take over on sticks so you can get a slice?
I'm not gonna have any clue what we're doing, but we can take a pause.
I want to get back to a room so I can try to figure this shits out. See if I have what I need to piece it all together so we can get the fuck out of Dodge. Or if I don't, then I will at least start preparing, and then I will take a little break.
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Oh, there's Mom's
I think
spaghetti.
easiest path back to
Oh,
the room
John,
is this
you
way.
got what you did.
I feel like I go to this room just out of pure instinct that I've gone to this room so many times. But this is probably the one that's the hardest to get to and takes the longest and like the most hallways.
So many hallways.
But you know what they say at the end of every hallway? There's another hallway.
You know what they say if you're in the Winchester house, at the end of every hallway, there's a
nothing.
staircase outside.
I say, at the end of every hallway, you will bonk your head.
The end of every
I've never
hallway
been.
is a staircase that leads to nowhere.
It's kind of cool.
That's what I've heard.
What is?
Winchester.
The movie?
No, I heard it's not even kind of cool.
Oh, the Mystery House?
Yeah.
It's
Like,
kind of cool.
The idea is really cool, but they do flashlight tours. They have an extended tour, and you get to go into the basement. And we went down there, and I was like, "This is fucking kind of creepy." Like I could feel it, and then the tour group moved on, and I like walked hella slow and kind of backwards, and stayed down there by myself for a second. And I was like, "Nah." So that was cool, but I would love to do a flashlight tour there. I think that's probably.
I've always wanted to do a ghost tour in Alcatraz.
Nope.
Ooh, that would be creepy. I loved my trip to Alcatraz. Yeah, Winchester was. It's not the same during the day. You know what? If they offered a fleshlight tour though, I'd be there day one.
Are you trying to say that you want a flashlight of Helen Mirren?
Dame Judi Dench.
Guy makes a mistake one time, right?
One time, you know what I mean?
And it's a mistake that will live in infamy.
Hey, but Helen Mirren is a banging old lady, dude. She's a gilf.
Mm-hmm.
That he wants to fuck a grandma?
Yeah.
Just a grandma, any old grandma.
But it's got to be 3 times at least, so we can call it a trilogy.
Bro, okay. I'm gonna come through the episodes and watch. Put my headphones back on so I can't hear y'all. Turn it up.
Damn.
DJ, turn it up.
Crank it, bro.
I had it cranked. It was cranked. Also, on some of these mixed herb.
You talking to me? I can't hear you talking to me. What?
He starts mouthing like.
You're like, meth lab.
I get why he growled at you, because you're kind of a fucking
He was like that guy, from that news report video. He's like,
Kind of a nasty dude.
yeah, you kind of did. Dude. John's gonna get some dinner in him, so you're stuck with us. So we're gonna tell you some stuff. So we got our Todd Browning awards coming up. If you haven't voted on those, then you should. Can we put it into the chat, the URL, just in case?
yeah.
Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, John's not in the room, so I can do whatever the fuck I want.
All right. Oh, why is it smoking? It's like what? Yeah. So go ahead and vote. If you already voted on one device, go ahead and vote on another device. To really amp it up. That's what I did when I wanted to vote for Billy and Mandy to become the new cartoon. Like 15 years ago or whatever, you know.
And your vote, so the reason that show went on to have a long-lasting...
It did, yeah. So I would call from my phone, and then I went to my grandma's and called from her phone, and then she took the phone away from me. I was like, I didn't like that one, and voted for something else. I was like, listen, you old bitch. We need Billy and Mandy. We need it now.
I used to draw the Grim Reaper from Billy and Mandy, like, in my notebooks and stuff, because I loved the cartoon short.
Yeah.
And my dad used to get so... and my grandma used to get so creeped out by why I was just sitting there drawing the Grim Reaper in all of my notebooks and everything. They didn't realize that it was from a children's cartoon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, pretty much.
If you just vote however many times you feel like it. Maybe you changed your mind.
We don't care. So yeah, that's cool. Do that. Those more detailed on the nominations are coming out on Monday.
Yeah, and if you've already voted, also remember tonight at 7:30, so not like an hour and some minutes ago, we started streaming. So make sure you're there on the stream that started a while ago.
Very confused by that statement.
Back to you, John.
Yeah, then we're gonna do the awards, and then we're gonna take a little break. So,
By a little break, Mommy and Daddy still love you very much,
it's nothing
you
did.
but they kind of hate each other.
Yeah.
We all just kind of were sitting in the room during the last recording, and we were like, do any of us even really like each other anymore?
Right.
And it was a pretty unanimous
Did we
awkward.
ever like each other?
So
Yeah,
it
it
was
was just a
gonna-
long,
it was-
awkward silence.
It was gonna be unanimous no's, but then we didn't want to agree with each other, so somebody still said yes.
Yeah, and then John started arguing with me about how much time between his yes and my yes there was, and I felt like it was at least 15 seconds shorter amount of time than John was trying to say it was, so that turned into a whole fucking
Why are you bringing up bullshit?
discussion. Yeah.
And then it was like, well, is my yes a motel, and it's his yes a hotel, and what's the difference? And John's
Is there
no
a Holiday Inn?
John's no was an inn, and you know.
And then I was like, okay, so it was his yes. Would you consider that a Scandinavian yes, even though it wasn't manufactured, it wasn't made in Scandinavia?
Yeah, Scandinavia. You know, and does New Zealand count as Australia? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Or is it Zealandia?
And Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled.
Pickles.
Ooh, I'm sorry. The answer was Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Ooh, you hate to see it. You do. And then for season 4, when we do come back, a couple of you guys are patrons, so I just want to mention that we're gonna be mixing it up. So expect some more cool shit coming out of this guy. And then I will tell you, bonus episodes are getting vamped.
Yeah.
They're getting done up.
They're getting vamped and then they're getting revamped.
Yep.
On top of that.
You're going to get more than one.
Yeah,
Might
also...
even get 5.
Also, if you're on Patreon, we'll still be doing bonus shit for Patreon for the month of September when we're on break, because you're paying for it. So, shoot us some suggestions about what the fuck you'd like us to talk about.
The break will be all of September. So we have an episode coming out Monday, and then we have an episode coming out the week after that, and that's it.
Hasta la vista.
Again, except for the Patreon bonus stuff, and then we will return in October, and it'll be the beginning of our 4th year since we officially started.
Which is crazy.
3 for you.
3 for me, yeah. Also, weird. No, I don't know why I started that as weird. What I was going to say was, since we're on a break for September for the Patreon, we should just talk about something completely out of left field. Off the wall, out of wheelhouse. Doesn't even have to be horror, sci-fi related. We just do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, I mean, we do whatever we want anyway. We do have a Home Alone, 2 Home Alone episodes.
Yeah, we just usually try to stick within theme, except
Yeah.
when John tries to argue that The Green Knight is a horror or sci-fi movie.
There's 4 elements.
That's like arguing Ghost Story is a horror movie because it has ghosts.
What if John, the whole time he was watching a ghost story, was like...
Yeah, I'm very excited. Can't wait. I'm actually really excited for Terror Tales, and not as excited to come up with a 3rd set of Terror Tunes, because although we started working on that months ago, I don't think we've made any progress.
I have
What's
one
tough?
song to contribute, and I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But
We're running out of AFI and Danzig.
I've got some sleepers. I'm keeping them in the back.
Okay. I mean, you're gonna have to carry the weight on this one, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I have
No.
for at least the second one.
share the
I carry.
load. Yeah, I totally forgot that that's what we did. Yeah, it has one spoopy ghost lady. That's true. Very Tim Burton-esque in that part of the movie. But I forgot that that's what we did for season 3. Was we started with Terror Tales, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Every season. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I forgot about that, and then I was like,
That's where the show started. Basically, with
Mhm.
Randy and I doing
Your
kind of
Lovecraft.
like yeah. And then Terror Tales has kind of been our.
I was thinking, have you guys ever done like just a straight up history, not of horror films, but like history of the horror genre in general, or sci-fi in general?
Not in general.
Because I literally just went to Wikipedia today and typed in horror and was reading about it, and it has roots in like Greek stuff and
It's-
like
yeah.
Greek tales and things like that, and it was super interesting to see like what the progression of just the genre, up leading from like just oral tales into written stuff.
Could
Just
be.
left it at oral.
Could be good Final Cut segments.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be something fun to do. Something I think, things that I think would be fun for us to do more of, and this is speculative, this isn't announcing anything we're doing in season 4, but stuff that I personally would like to see and would like to hear people make comments on would be more of the like director series stuff.
Yeah.
Like us doing
I
more
think
of the
it does, yeah.
like more of the long running Final Cut stuff that's like 4 parts of a director series or whatever, and we can do directors, or we could do writers, or do one that's even like somebody who's scored a bunch of movies that we like. And then something else too would be let's get some of our favorite guests back on. I want to get the Fear the Talking Queers dudes on. I want to get the Fangirls on again. Chuck needs to come back on now that his show is officially retitled.
What is it?
Yeah, it's now Chuck and Russ Go to the Movies because his brother joined the show.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice.
So when he comes back from his break, I'm not stepping on his toes. He already announced this, but when he comes back from his break, it'll now be
What are you
Chuck
eating?
and Russ Go to the Movies.
Hey, what's your dog eating?
Probably found
Oh,
Peace.
he ate it.
it. Yeah, it's gone. She gone.
That's tight. Yeah, I would like to get Daniel back if possible.
Yeah, no, he's
He
kind of
was
floating
always a
around.
good time.
Oh, I heard from Richard from Radio Nasties.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, on
No.
Instagram.
Yeah, I heard that there was some
Yeah, no,
Some-
I won't go into detail, but
yeah, some stuff that's going on in his life that's pretty rough.
yeah. So, but it was nice to hear from him and know that that they're both alive, and they just really couldn't do the show anymore. It doesn't sound like they have plans to come back, but I told him that I still wear my armadillo shirt every once in a while.
I mean,
Radio Nasty's armadillo shirt.
I still love that conversation. It was.
Well,
so
I'm glad
much
that we
fun.
at least got. If we never get to do another episode with the Radio Nasties or Daniel, I'm glad that we got to do stuff with them before, because they were.
Yeah, I mean, we got that 100th episode with fucking everybody, so that was super cool.
Tone and T-Bone go to the zone, dropping Netflix 2022.
Yeah, and if anybody listen wants to try to hop on the show, if you got the right stuff, then we'll think about it. We'll consider thinking about it.
Yeah, I think we kind of broke ourselves with that 100th episode, because we were all about guests, and then we did that 100th episode, and we were like, we will do one guest a year.
I think we had homies after that, right?
Yeah, and that was a totally.
I'm exaggerating.
dope
We've had more
conversation.
than one guest, but we're relatively guestless compared to a lot of other shows that we're peers with.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, it just depends on what kind of show you have. Like, I think for us, guests are like a special occasion thing, and the like real meat of the show is the discussion between the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that doesn't apply to other shows, but other shows I feel like feed more off of having guests. And for us, we're just very much like, you gotta fit with the dynamic that already exists.
Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Good night, Steven. Thank you for your assistance.
Night, Vern.
Yeah, depending on how long the rest of this process takes, we might end up powering through it. Just depends on how we're feeling. But worst case scenario, we'll
Oh, now you got tubes with shit in them? I mean, yeah, good night, Steven.
we'll end up
Good night, Steven. Thanks as always.
finishing it up next week. But I think that we'll probably make a lot of progress right now. But yeah, I mean, I do think that guest episodes are fun, and I think that they're a good few and far between kind of thing, just to make sure that things are spicy. We get some different opinions than our own.
I think it's always
on the
best
show.
when we have like instead of just being like, we need to get a guest on, if we have like a really good idea, like we wanted to try out the thing that Sarah recommended with the Universal Monsters. I thought that worked really well.
Great,
Yeah.
Super good idea, and you can do that with anything.
Yeah.
So we can apply it to anybody if we really wanted to, which is cool. It just takes a lot of work, and luckily they were game to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Does that
do,
work?
but I do think that it's also not something that I want to be the crux of our show. I mean, I do think that like I enjoy what we do, and the way that we do it.
Don't get too crazy, okay? You tolerate what we do. No, you're like the most like, without this show, I'd be hanging from the rafters.
I can take it or leave it. Just kidding. I love the show.
You have taken it and left it. And then we brought you back in.
Yeah. I'd say Invisible Man brought me back.
Yeah, I was using the royal we, including Lee Winnell in that
Yeah.
group.
We would know.
We would know.
Oh, it's we
So
Winnell.
funny, just a kid. I just we would know. Yeah, I mean, I needed a break at that time.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it. Not
Well-
being in grad school and everything.
Well, I mean, and there was stuff. I mean, we all had different personal issues that all popped up around the same like 3 to 4 week period.
Yeah.
Yeah, my head had gotten so big at that point from my huge ego that I had to deflate it.
Those are all great ideas.
Yeah, Josh, you come on. Well, come on.
The short films thing has been something that I've been considering, and I've been thinking about either having us review short films, or it might be fun to do like, since they're short, and I mean short films like Lights Out type stuff that are like
Well, didn't we
really
talk
super
about
short.
like us recording our reaction, like the
That's what I was gonna
reaction
say.
stuff?
Yeah, it's doing like reaction videos to scary short films, and seeing like how
I'd be
spooked we
super
get.
down to do that. Easy content for the tube too.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'd love to revisit Ari Aster's short film. It's fucking
No, the
bizarre.
Jefford, it's not horror even.
The
remotely.
Johnsons.
The Johnsons, yeah.
I mean, there's some horror elements to it. I mean, it's more of like the abject.
what I'm saying
like,
is that it would not be appropriate on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would love to have an opportunity to discuss it though at some point. Maybe as something for Patreon, just to.
Maybe. It's can make people a little bit uncomfortable, that one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a fucking rough.
Yeah, not
watch.
saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's uncharted territory. And the soundtracks thing I think is a great idea too, because I was just thinking about I watched The Guest last night, which has a fantastic soundtrack and score, and it made me think about It Follows, the disaster piece.
A great score, yeah.
And then you were talking about oh no, you're the one who sent me the Halloween Kills, sent us the Halloween Kills stuff.
History, yeah. Some more background. It's like the ABCs of Death. People could pick one.
I think there was a show that in our like relative sphere that already kind of did something along in that vein.
With the
I
ABCs.
don't think that show exists anymore though, so we could come in on that.
Hit him with
on
the
it.
old
The ABCs?
the old yoink and twist.
I've never seen him.
It's a lot to get through.
But yeah, I'm always down to go more in depth with the history stuff. Like if
Background,
yeah, like either whether it's like I love going and figuring out, like I was saying with the Flanagan stuff about like seeing the history of a director leading up to a certain film. I love that, just like tracing the history of film up to a certain film, like what influenced
Try that,
this
John.
and that kind of thing. So
Does it need to be shaved?
stirred.
Smells like a butthole.
Yeah, it's his butthole juice. That's what the bidet's for.
Oh, I just like that.
You're not hipster enough.
I was waiting for you to pull a full blown kombucha girl and be like,
I don't know what that means. Kombucha girl
means-
is nuts.
I think I at one point in time already hit you with kombucha nuts on some shit. Yeah.
You say a lot of dumb stuff.
Oh man, you're a wordsmith. Kombucha nuts on some shit. So, so Josh, when you say you want to hear more history about the stuff we talk about, do you, y'all be advertising on other platforms besides Instagram? Not really.
We tried Facebook and Twitter, and
It's
it's
so dumb though.
yeah, Facebook. I mean, it's
Facebook's
pretty,
all old people.
yeah,
and moms
it's
now.
overflown with boomers.
Yeah, Instagram just works for us, especially since the obviously the way that I like to promote is visually. So Instagram is just the place to go. Besides, like maybe TikTok if you're trying to do visual stuff. But I was gonna ask Josh, when you're talking about more horror, or you want to hear more history behind what we're talking about, is that like? Can you be more specific? Like, do you want to
Like if we're talking about Resident Evil, here's background on this film and like some trivia about it, or
to make him 1,000 stickers and he'll put them up all over the valley.
I mean,
we have stickers.
put them in all the bathrooms of all the gin joints.
All the bathrooms of all the places I won't shit at.
Have you ever had to shit for an entire concert, like an entire show, and just wouldn't go because the bathrooms were so awful?
No. One time I had to shit on my way back from Southern California
Oh,
and held it the entire time.
that's insane.
I just kept sleeping. Kept like, okay, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Oh, so
go
you
to
weren't
sleep.
driving the car.
Oh yeah, if I were driving, that's a no go. That's a no dice.
You're driving, you get the fear, you're like, whoa.
I just need a 2-second power nap.
No, I was a kid.
Just hit a quick micro nap. Hope
And I was
Freddy
hell,
doesn't get
like-
you
Wake,
to sleep.
wake up not only with your car totaled, but you shit your pants.
My dad was like, well, let's start to eat. And I was like, no, I'm good, let's just go. And I was kind of being a dick because I just wanted to leave.
What do you say? Yeah. So like,
Well,
Think
we got
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead Rise coming.
that's my face.
That would be a good opportunity to cover all the Evil Dead movies.
I mean, it's on the list. I mean, it's something that we've all bonded over
It's on my to-do
other,
list.
other
Well,
parts in
why
our
they
lives.
decided to make it, what the vision was, what past actors have done prior to that role, information on the soundtrack, and visual effects. Kind of talk more in depth about. Okay.
Yeah, I mean
think
that's exactly what I want. What I wanted when I asked for more detail, and that's kind of what I figured you were talking about anyway. So yeah, I mean that's the kind of stuff that I'm super into. So I'll bring more information. I think we all just need to buckle down, hunker down, and do a bunch of research from different places. Though we shouldn't all be looking at IMDb. I got some trivia, and then we all just start saying it at the same time.
It does have.
What did Evil Dead do for the genre?
Wow, that's a big question.
Showed that you can make a super fucking low budget movie
Super low budget.
with just your friends.
Even smaller than Halloween.
Yeah, and still have it be one of the most like terrifying things that people have seen up until that point.
I think that's a good question. I mean, and that's kind of what we touch on when we do our misses, right? It's like, well, should it be a part of what place does it have in the genre? Maybe just bring that type of movies.
Well, I was thinking something that might be fun to introduce in season 4 would be kind of along the same lines as an uncut gem, but maybe less of an uncut gem and more of just like a highlight where it's like this is a movie that we haven't discussed that I feel like and I would bring the argument to the table and be like this movie deserves to be, or like this is why, like if I brought Evil Dead, I would say I'm bringing Evil Dead because we haven't discussed it before, and this is how it affected the genre and changed things, and do like a highlights just as an opportunity for us to talk about movies that we haven't talked about yet, and that because I have some horror movies where I'm like I would like an excuse to force you guys to watch them.
Yeah.
Because I know they're good, and I just know none of us have the time really, because we're pushed to do it. Just sit around watching Harley Quinn instead.
That scene, have you seen the one where they're like in her mind?
Not yet.
They're like in her like head, like her subconscious, and they're about to get attacked, and they're like trapped, and then the shark dude's like, "Man, I really wish we had a Deus Ex Machina right about now."
I loved in the like Riddler trap one when she falls into the acid, and then she's like, "Oh, it's just margarita mix."
That shit was pretty funny, and then he's like, something happens, and then someone else is like, "I'm sorry that your ex machina didn't show up, but at least this guy came here to help us out of nowhere." I was like, that's fucking funny.
It's a smart show.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Kaylee Cuoco.
Yeah. I think that's a really good idea, Josh. And we try to give a little background, but I think that we could do more with it, especially if we, maybe we watch one movie, and instead of two to fill time, we dig down.
Well, and I
Into
think
one.
like we have always kind of tried to stray away from doing like what a lot of other shows do, which is just like the beat by beat of the plot of the movie, and we still slip into that, especially for like because it's easier to discuss a movie if you go beat by beat like that. But I think there are times where we could just completely not do that and just be like, hey, if you want to know what happens in this movie, go watch the movie. We're going to be talking about the nitty gritty, the behind the scenes shit and the influences. Like if we did an episode about the Green Knight, I would want to talk about like the poem and like all of the Arthurian legend stuff behind it, and David Lowery's career so far, like up to this point. That's all stuff that I would want to talk about.
Yeah.
Which makes me want to do a Green Knight episode. Maybe we'll do that as our bonus for
Boners.
September. This dog toy looks like a film.
Yeah, it's one of those like you put treats in it and like they have to like suss their way through it.
Oh yeah, smart.
I smell some candy or something. Hey, chocolate?
Doubtful.
Let's see. Oh, nice treat. It's pretty dark.
So sometimes, like typically, he'll start to post things from the episode that's coming up in a couple of days that weekend. It really just depends on the scenario, though. There have been some times where it's been a tighter window.
Yeah, I mean, usually we just talk about it in the episode, what we're doing the next time.
The reason that that conversation came up about Celebrity Crushes yesterday is because I sent Adrian a screenshot of when I was like, oh yeah, Dan Stevens could get it. And you're like, what? My asshole? And you were like, I need to see it again. The movie, not your beehole.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. But that also implies that I have seen it at some point.
And I need to see it again.
Gotta see that butthole again, dude.
Show me that boob.
I want to hear it.
I want my clapper lights to go on and off and on and off.
Missing something, I think.
Yeah, I mean, at most people usually have a week for knowing what's coming, because we always announce it at the end of the episode.
And to be completely honest, if you want to see how the sausage is made, a lot of that comes down to us not knowing what the fuck we're doing week to week.
We have usually a pretty rough outline.
I mean, how many episodes in season 3 did we get to the end of the episode and go, what the fuck are we doing next week?
A lot of it is that at least
forget.
towards the beginning, we didn't have a lot of conversations early on about like
Well, the good
what
thing...
specifically we were getting from like when we would talk about, hey, what are we doing this month? It'd be like a oh yeah, we'll have a rough off the cuff conversation, and then no one writes it down, which has changed recently, which is nice.
Well, and it'll help that we'll have a month break to kind of plan out what we want to do for those first we could probably get the first few months planned out. Like if we want to do like Terror Tales, we'll take up October, and then we always do Hitchcock Holidays, so we'll probably do that again.
Just one episode, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
do too much, but I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, but I mean, and then like November we could do the history of horror and sci-fi stuff and do a couple episodes, so we can try to plan it out a little bit better so that I can at least on Instagram let people know ahead of time.
So I know that we were talking about, you, with the other day, Anthony, were talking about trying to theme Terror Tales.
Mm-hmm.
So, an idea that I had that could make Hammer and general horror comedies work.
Reporting
is
for
if we
duty.
Called it, like, Terror Tales Horror Holes.
It's like you're falling down a horror hole.
Or, like, holes in art.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Viewing, right? Because we don't have a lot of experience with Hammer.
Mm.
I know we have, depending on what people suggest for the horror comedies, like we'll probably have experience with those, but that could be something to kind of tie it together.
Yeah.
Um,
I just
we
really
see-
liked how solid the theme was last year with the 4 creatures or whatever,
yeah.
or the 3 creatures in Halloween.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think like, oh, we could do 3 studios in Halloween, or
Just don't know if I could do a week of trouble.
yeah, that's just I had the same thought you had, which was pick studios that I have holes in my knowledge with.
Yeah.
So, like Full Moon, I picked because they do like a lot of the Stuart Gordon, H.P. Lovecraft stuff. Like,
Oh, okay.
And then Trauma, just because I had James Gunn on the brain and he did Romeo and Juliet and stuff. But we could always.
Oh, did I not pick the thing up?
We did all the Friday the 13th last summer.
We did, yeah. We watched all of them, picked our favorite.
Oh, we've done
We could
Halloween
definitely
like
do that.
6 times.
I don't know if we watched all the Halloweens. We definitely haven't done the Nightmares.
Nightmare would be fun because I know I made the very controversial statement last
That was like
year
your least
that.
favorite of the
No, I just said that I thought Friday the 13th was a better franchise than Nightmare on Elm Street in terms of how much fun I have overall with that franchise compared to Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember you guys were like, the fuck are you talking about? Willis.
I don't know if I can do all the Halloween.
I'm not, unless I absolutely have to, I'm not going to watch anything past 3, I think, for
I've
Hellraiser.
only seen the first 3, and it was only once. But I know that there's a lot of people in the camp of 2 is better than 1.
Yeah. Well, after that, they did the Cloverfield thing, and they're just scripts that weren't originally Hellraiser movies, and they just added Pinhead and the Hellraiser stuff to other scripts
Oh.
for the rest of the series after 3, basically.
Wow.
Gonna do a quick reading. Can't get out. I've tried every possible way to escape, only to be faced with the reality that I'm trapped. I've been everywhere, man. The laboratory with the large glass tubes filled with formaldehyde and those dark, wet, and eerie caves. What can I do? At first, I didn't want to believe my eyes, but the familiar high-heeled shoe in the corridor, it was like reflex. One name came to my mind. Jessica! I didn't want to believe they shared the same fate as me. No, I can't give up hope. I have to hope they're alive. I haven't had anything to eat or drink in the past few days. I feel like I'm going crazy. Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to die like this? I was too obsessed with designing this ghastly mansion. I should have known better. It was a dark and damp underground tunnel, and another dead end. But even in the darkness, something caught my eye. Carefully, I lit the last match I had to see what it was. A grave. But deeply engraved into the stone was my name. George Trevor.
He's got 2 first names?
Yeah.
Oh,
Something like that, yeah.
George Peter Trevor. At that instant, it all became clear to me. Those bastards
Leslie
knew
Valerie
from the
Street.
beginning that I'd die here, and I fell right into their trap. But it's too late now. I'm losing it. Everything is becoming so far away. Jessica, Lisa, forgive me. Because of my
And we
ego.
said his wife's name and his
Yeah,
girlfriend's
his girlfriend- yeah, I was gonna say Jessica's gonna be upset. Who is Lisa? Hun, I'm dying.
Got a girlfriend, wife on the side. Go ahead.
Because of my ego, I got both of you involved in this whole damn conspiracy. Forgive me. May God justify my death in exchange for your safety. George Trevor.
So he's the architect who designed the mansion?
Which game are we talking about?
Dead
yes.
by Daylight.
I'm not sure.
We got a long ways to go.
Yeah, and
Dead by Daylight's fun, but I feel like it would be more fun if we could figure out a way for all 3 of us to be playing together.
all 3 of us to play, and also specifically to find I'd want to get like a group of people so that way we were playing with only people we knew.
Yeah.
I mean, that could even be something that we do with like patrons or something like that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hate people though.
We should do a Minecraft server and rebuild the.
Oh, hey,
that's
buddy.
That's a big fluffy spider. Rebuild Hill House
Oh, we got a new follower
in
today.
Minecraft. On Twitch.
Oh,
I puked.
oh. You gotta go up up. Gotta go
Well,
up the stairs and then back down.
That's
the
probably
stairs,
the most
down
embarrassing
stairs.
place that spiders ever shit.
Yep.
Did you kill it?
Yeah, I killed it, but I don't want to walk over its corpse and get poisoned. So I'm hoping that
That's
by
not how
doing
spiders
this,
work,
it'll
John.
just disappear.
John.
Shouldn't look like it. Sounds like it's still there.
Oh, but
No,
one thing we're
maybe
definitely
it's-
doing for season 4 is we're making John watch Arachnophobia.
Yeah, sorry, dude. If you could come up with movies that we would hate, we'll watch them. But, like, fear hate, not, like, Greasy Strangler hate. Are you on board for that?
I mean, I'm gonna have to do it. I don't want to.
Well, no, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, but isn't part of the experience to actually be scared? Don't you want something that's actually gonna get under your skin?
I mean, we're doing this right now.
It's not on your skin, you're more aggravated than anything. See? No argument.
Give me the card.
I'm trying to think
cartridges.
honestly if there would be like
anything that would.
literally anything that would be comparable in terms of like
Well,
something that maybe like a deep ocean movie, like an ocean movie would freak me out.
Yeah. Which we've done.
Like I've never watched
The Abyss.
no, I watched some of The Abyss. I've never watched what's the one? Is it Open Water when they get the couple gets like stranded in the
Yeah.
ocean and the sharks come? I never watched it because
Oh!
always kind of
What was that? What was that? You got the weapons?
He hears a spider.
No, I saw it. I turned the corner and it was fucking right there.
Fucker came out of nowhere.
Oh, it's dead. But it was an ass.
Yeah.
Dead. See that girl? She was oozing ass.
I love when a girl just oozes ass.
I fucking hate spiders so goddamn much.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, but realistically, like, we want you to do it, but if you're like, fuck you guys, then obviously it's not.
I mean, worst case scenario, I'll watch it in like 5-minute increments.
That'll just make it tougher. You gotta power through. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying that it'll be tougher if you watch it in increments, because then you're gonna have all that time in between scenes to think that there are spiders all over you. I've seen a Serbian film. This Anthony has.
I've also seen it.
Did you
I've
see
not.
the unrated version?
I mean, is it worth watching?
Or the
Like,
uncut version?
how does it compare to something like Martyrs?
So it's not like Martyrs is way deeper, but apparently there is a
Deep
ton
in what way?
like
Like there's a story in Martyrs.
yeah.
Okay.
A Serbian film has a story, but the story is more in service of getting to the disgusting stuff, where Martyrs, the disgusting stuff, was a part of the narrative. A Serbian film, like, as much as you want to apply the political whatever that the director said that he intended when he made it, it still is just a movie that goes out of its way to show you somebody fucking a baby. Like, you know, you can only go so far with, oh, I'm making a political piece. Yeah, and that's exactly why I watched a Serbian film, was because I wanted something that was like just going to make me feel like I wanted to throw up, because I'm so desensitized to anything horror.
Oh, headshot, bitch. Hold that.
Some stuff in those Adam Wingard movies, in The Guest and in Your Next, made me cringe though. Like in Your Next, when Amy Simons sprints out the front door and she hits that fucking wire or whatever, and it splits her throat open. It's like, ugh. I'll watch Open Water. You watch Arachnophobia. What's a movie where somebody can't eat? Like they're starving.
Hold on. What's that sticker from the fucking peanut gallery?
Huh? Oh, thinner.
I don't know why you guys think I eat all the time.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that specifically.
No, but I'm saying that like something that would scare you would be the inability to eat.
No, something that would scare him would be like the lack of resources to eat.
So like somebody stranded on an island or something.
What are you talking about?
We're trying to
You
get.
talk about it all the time about how like there's not enough
resources.
resources.
Oh, you mean overpopulation? It's
Yeah.
a real world problem. Okay,
I understand that, but it is a fear of yours.
Kind of sounds like genocide.
I mean, my biggest fear is silly. It's dying, but what's gonna happen? So, and public speech. So if you guys find a public speaking horror movie, you know I'm all there.
The King's Speech.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, oh no.
We'll just find a
I
video
don't
of like a speech you did in grade school.
this at all. I'm gonna go this way and see if
yeah,
that'll
no,
let me back into
always
the
right.
house.
Speeches, all good speeches.
He said, "Have Tone watch a documentary about plastic usage."
See,
That's a good
not-
one.
But I'm not afraid of that.
What is something besides death that skeeves you out?
That's it. I mean, I don't like the ocean either. But I'll still watch. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can't watch that.
I know.
Like, there's nothing like John level of something that I.
You don't have a phobia, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And, neither do I really. Like, I wouldn't say that I actually. I mean, maybe, but I don't know that I have like a debilitating fear that would be considered a phobia of the ocean. It just creeps me out, and I'm trying to get like as close as possible to John's while not being able to touch it, because I don't think I have a phobia either.
My closest thing would be heights.
Oh shit! It's Crocodile Dundee.
But
Fuck.
I deal with that all the time. I face it all the time. It's just when I'm crying. Oh, fuck! I mean, I just went rock climbing.
Isn't that fear?
Yeah, I
Yeah, like
I
heights.
hate going over bridges, but like I don't care.
Heights like make me nervous, but I still want to go skydiving hella bad.
Right,
Like
yeah.
it's not a phobia.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't really have that I can think of. I mean, to a certain extent, that like tryptophobia stuff grosses me out, but not like.
Is that the holes?
Yeah. I'd still watch it.
What about like
What's that say? The chat?
fuck sharks? Fucking ocean, bruh.
Yeah. Ocean's creepy as fuck. Yeah.
You know what I heard though, or was reading recently, is that there was a guy on YouTube who was talking about how he never had a fear of the ocean, like the open ocean, until his friends started telling him how creepy it was, and started like harping on about it, and then he slowly started to develop this phobia of the ocean. And I was reading in the thalassophobia article or whatever, and on Wikipedia it was saying that a huge increase in the number of people who are like afraid of open water or the ocean is mostly due to like popular culture. Things like Jaws and stuff like that have gotten into people's brains, and then they basically just like through cultural osmosis, you just kind of absorb like a fear of the ocean. But part of it also too is probably evolutionary.
Well, I think it's like space. It's large, it's vast,
And it's in charge.
and it's seemingly never ending.
Yeah.
I think that's why that Pandora movie works on that level, where it's like, are we in space or are we in the middle of an ocean?
Underwater creeped me out in the underwater scenes
Yeah,
because they're hella far down.
exactly. Yeah.
Even Titanic, when they have the actual footage of that creeps me out more than anything is shipwrecks. Can't stand them.
It's like that pitch blackness, and you know whatever's down there can see fine. They're like, what's up, dude? I'm gonna eat you. Can I get a bite?
And if it does eat you, it's probably gonna wrap you up in like a million tentacles and then suckle on you. Yeah, the Mariana Trench. And also, when you get that deep, the pressure is so insane that if you're not properly set up for it, you can just fucking explode. Well, and like when deep sea divers go super, super deep,
They have to come up
so
slow,
slowly.
right?
It's like 2 hours for every like
The barometric pressure or whatever.
Yeah, to prevent the bends. Which is why now they have workers, which scares the shit out of me too, who stay in like undersea labs for like a month, and they don't like drill workers and stuff, like people who construct piping and stuff. They'll stay down there for a month because it would waste way too much time for them to every day after a shift have to decompress. So they just have month-long shifts underwater.
Super dope. Or, just like, let's not do that.
Could you not?
Let's get rid of cars and, let's quit traveling.
And then if they accidentally like puncture a hole in the suit, and then they get like sucked out into a pipe.
Like Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
Look at my dick, pussy.
I still debate. I guess this is a question I'll pose to you guys. If given the opportunity to go to space, would you do it? Would it be a thing like you were saying, where it's like, yeah, like me, I'd go skydiving, even though there's a possibility of death and heights freak me out. Like, I feel like if I was offered the opportunity to go to space, there would be literally no reason for me to pass it up. I'd just be like, I guess only if there was.
Like, what are we doing? We just going up there, you're going to the space station, they're coming back down, or you're like just taking an orbit? Like, what's the.
Well, I guess it would have to be
Try
like
to
some
fly to the
not
moon.
like a super extended stay, but say you were like gonna fly to the moon. So say you're gonna be in space for like a little over a week.
Is that how long it takes?
I think
No,
it
it takes longer than that.
I thought it was like 18 months.
Yeah.
doesn't take 18 months to get to the moon.
No?
It takes a long time to get there, though.
Let's look it
I
up.
don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought. I have that in my head, but that could be old too.
I think they're normally like, I think like the shortest missions are about 6 months.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna DuckDuckGo it.
It's
About
gonna pop
3
in?
days. Takes 3 days to get to the moon. It takes about 3 days for a spacecraft to reach the moon. During that time, it travels at 240,000 miles an hour.
What's up, Jeff? Guessing that's you.
Fuck going to the moon. There's nothing there.
That's what they want you to think. There's pyramids. There's water.
Pyramid cats.
What's his name was there?
That transformer.
Captain K.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that transformer. Takes 3 days. 3 days later.
3 days.
Yeah,
Later.
I would do it. Is it like? I mean, obviously, there's always a small chance of complications, but it's like pretty. Like trips are commercial at this point.
Yeah. I mean, say that it would be absolute worst case scenario. You would die in space, but I would say that like it would probably be the same likelihood as dying in a car on the freeway.
Okay, yeah, I'd go.
But there are other side effects of going to space.
Mm-hmm.
You lose a ton of muscle mass and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So there
You'd have
are
to work out all the time.
You have to
would
work
be willing
out,
to do
and
that?
you have to like
Not
have
all
like
the
a
time.
specific diet. I'd assimilate a trip to Mars.
I would.
Shit was fucking hard.
I would do it.
That
Dude.
sounds hella hard. Baby boy Jeff. Okay, so you'd go to space, John. Would you go to space? Would you fly to the moon?
So in the scenario that you're describing, yes, absolutely. It was a dream of mine as a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut for a long time.
So did I.
So it was
Then
some.
an Egyptologist.
So I think now in current state, I would say no shot. But
Everything they're just blowing shit up.
But if things get to like where everyone's like it's a
Yeah,
more
I guess the
frequent
better
thing.
question. Yeah, because you don't. It's not a real good question if it's like taking a bus. You know, if everybody's doing it. But if it was like, okay, so your answer is obviously no. In current conditions, if you were going to go like with a group of NASA astronauts to fly to the moon like next week, say they had one ready and they were like, let's go.
I mean, still probably, yeah. I mean, Beatles went.
I would just feel like I would kick myself for the rest of my life if I passed up an opportunity to go to the moon.
Yeah, it's
Play like
it's tough because like
you could play golf on the moon.
yeah, that'd be great, but like the risk for me is too high.
Yes. Oh, I mean, I guess I don't know for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's Jeff, Josh.
Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I would go. Let me ask you this.
Riddle me this.
Riddle, would you go submarine?
That's tough.
I don't know if that,
There's less in it for me on a submarine unless it's like I've considered whether I would take one of those like James Cameron Explorer subs down and like explore shit.
That'd be cool. There's so much that's like not discovered in the ocean. Like, could you imagine like seeing something that you've never seen before?
No, I've seen everything.
Like a girl's vagina.
I wish I could see a clam.
headed down to the clam bake.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it. Just once, just to be fucking, because I'd be scared. I mean, you know, it's funny because we're always like, let's get scared. I want to get scared. I want to see something that's gonna scare us. And then when like real world stuff happens, we're like, yeah,
Yeah,
Like a bear.
but for me it's like
yeah. I wanted to go toward that bear.
I-
We didn't know it was a bear, but the fear
Aw.
felt really good.
I'm the first person who has no problem saying yes as much as I love horror and I love being scared. I'm not gonna
You
put
value
myself
your
in.
life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put myself in situations I know have a
Real
relatively
jeopardy.
Yeah, an actual
that's
chance
not true
of death.
because you just said you want to go skydiving.
But the statistics
a
on that are so.
submarine,
But I'm saying it's
It's
the same.
1 in 50,000 or some shit.
Yeah, and it's like it's the
that
same as like yeah,
fails.
technically, I could be scared of going on planes because I hear about planes crashing on the news and stuff.
And you
But
watch Final Destination.
and I've watched Final Destination.
But a submarine would be scary because the ocean to you is scary, but a submarine is also very safe.
But a submarine is also very claustrophobic, and I feel like that wouldn't help with my like feeling spooked because I'd want to be able to like.
What if it was a yellow submarine?
Oh, that's a totally different
I
story.
mean, we'd all live in it if it was a yellow submarine.
Go down with the
Yeah, don't go out alone. Yeah, that was pretty awful.
the meanies. The blue are they blue meanies or green meanies? The like yellow submarine guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, or yeah, they're blue or yeah, they're green.
I know what he's talking about. I'm not one.
John doesn't see color.
Is that why you're wearing a blue shirt and yellow pants?
That'd be a dope fit.
This is blue. Yeah, in Lodi, yeah, because you land on the freeway.
Oh yeah, I would never go to the Lodi
You
one.
don't die from the skydiving, you die from landing on the fucking freeway and getting hit by a truck. I think Kyle's done it, actually. Died.
Oh shit! Is he Jesus?
He might be.
I believe it.
He's going skydiving, I'm pretty sure.
I want to go.
I think
I've been telling myself I was gonna go every
Josh says hi, Britt.
Hi.
milestone birthday I've had. I've wanted to go skydiving, and now 30's coming up for me, so maybe I can actually.
Let's
make it
go,
happen.
dude. Let's go. I'll go here.
Skydiving?
Yep.
I don't think
Down.
I could do it.
I bet you Dom would do it too.
He
Hasn't he already done it?
Dominic? Who knows? I never know. That guy's a wild card, dude. You never know with him.
You
now,
could.
Now he's got a tarantula. You know what I mean? Like he's just a weird dude.
He's got a tarantula and a Babadook tattoo.
Yeah. Like. That guy's crazy. I texted him today. I was like, "Hey, let's take motorcycle riding classes together," and he was like, "Okay."
That would be dope. My family would fucking kill me if I got on a motorcycle, but they couldn't stop me. I'd be too fast.
He's like, I'm on the fucking motorcycle. What are you gonna do
They'd be
about it?
furious, you know what I'm saying?
Go back
I'd
to
be
the
fast,
kitchen.
they'd be furious.
Yeah. So apparently he came by the house today to talk about it.
Is his cat still around?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think she's still got at least 2 or 3 lives left.
Well,
Shit,
I was
she's
wondering
been through.
how does the cat deal with the big ass spider?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't seen him in a while. He's out spy every once in a while just to get his mail.
Still carrying the wrong.
What if he showed up and he didn't grab his mail, but he grabbed the mail of the person who used to live in your house, whose mail you still get?
I mean, it's stuff all the time from fucking people, dude.
I think that's just a part of living anywhere. Is you're gonna get the last person's mail.
I
Well,
feel
'cause-
like I get more of other people's mail than I do my own mail.
It
makes
makes
me
me
wonder
wonder how much of my mail is
that,
going. Yeah.
Especially with how much I moved over the last 10 years.
How many credit card offers that I was gonna shred anyway are going to other people?
Well, you know what I do a lot of times now that I didn't used to do is I'll write and return to sender to the people that aren't there and send it back. So that they
Yeah,
know
we
to
have
quit
like a
sending
little.
shit. You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
have like a little table, and I just put it on top of there.
8675309.
Your mom is the
Jen A.
Josh, I can give it to you, but yeah, maybe we can go over there tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, you guys do that. You guys fucking
Ooh, this
talk.
is like a whole defensive dagger.
Guy, but there's a guy coming. There's a guy.
I see him. I see him.
So Clayface, when he's like, yeah, he's like trying to get his motivation for like going in, and then he like does that whole fucking thing about being the guy's son, and then when he's in there, he's like telling him his life story. He's like, then, Dad, I traveled the world as a ping pong champion. He's like, that's amazing. It sounds so much like the plot of Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And then when he like misshapes his body, like to all the different things the guy's saying, and then he's like, I was laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, there's a couple parts where I was like, holy fuck, that's ridiculously funny.
Ridiculous. Where'd that guy's head go?
I'm hoping I blew it up.
Where'd that guy's head go? What time is it?
10:08.
Fuck. Thought we were finishing today.
There turned out to be more than I thought there was.
Goddamn Resident Evil blue balls.
But there's a chance the next time we might have like an hour of playthrough.
Oh, and speaking of, when is the next time?
Huh?
Next time. There isn't gonna be a next time.
It should be Friday.
Next week we are planning on doing that.
I sure would like to.
I figure we could just say Fridays until something comes up where we can't do a Friday, like your rock climbing thing.
Yeah. Well, my dad wanted me to go to an A's game next Friday because they're doing like a Star Wars night.
Mm.
So I'll tell him no. Tell him fuck baseball.
Yeah. Every baseball player has got the fucking tar on their hands and shit. It's all a cheater's game.
I'm getting hot. You guys hot? Oh.
I'm getting a little bit warm, but you gotta find a fucking typewriter, bro.
Why?
As I save the game.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm fine to keep going. I know, right? I'll just find another brown-haired dude with glasses because apparently I fucking look like every brown-haired dude with glasses. That's why I get a picture like once a month. Like, is this you? No.
Yeah, I could tell, Josh, that you weren't on it. Was that Instagram he was talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell that you weren't on Instagram much anymore because I've been tagging you for the entire week of slasher posts and saw that you weren't liking stuff, so...
Got no response, so...
So,
Maybe
you
he just
know,
didn't like
why the hell did we even cover it anyway?
it. He listened to it, and he rewatched the show.
And my sister loved it. It got her to catch up. She said she caught up on all of our episodes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he actually said he disliked it on the rewatch.
Well, glad we wasted our fucking time, huh?
Alright, I'm gonna... One.
I can see that, though.
Combine that with that. Pick up the Magnum bullets.
Magnum. Would you go on a submarine?
I would need a reason. It would be something where I wouldn't be like, oh, let's go on the submarine to go on the submarine. I'd be like, I would need, like,
Really?
hey, this is the deal. Like,
Did you want to do something you never did?
I just don't think that it's that interesting to me. Like,
Travel under deep water. Would you do? Thank you. I'm surprised to know that you would do that.
I know, it's crazy.
Josh says he listened to it twice. He listened to it on Patreon and then on Spotify. That's my guy right there.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I liked doing that month Patreon stuff. I think that's a fun way to do it.
Well, then,
Yeah, I mean, I
New
think
Magazine Day.
there's pros and cons both ways.
It just made it a kind of a mishmash of different stuff for a month, but
Right.
it was a nice.
This takes us into the regular
But
hallway.
I don't always get responses back to emails.
Well, now that Chuck has a co-host, we gotta get his co-host to become a patron.
You wanna go outside?
Ooh, I see Chuck's a patron. What about Russ?
What's that?
He said, "Oh, I see Chuck's a patron, but
Oh,
what
I
about
thought
Russ?
you
What
were-
about the new co-host?"
I thought you were off on something else.
Yeah, I expect every co-host of every show to be a patron. None of this patronizing as your show as a whole. I want $5 from each of you. Not you, but each of
Nope. No, because then is the reverse going to apply where all of us have to do it to them?
No, because we do what we want.
It's the most Anthony thing I've ever heard.
Not wrong. When you say the topic is weeks long, do you mean like what we did like this month where we did a lot of Patreon suggestions, or Just
Or
like if
like
it's like the
the-
same exact thing over and over, kind of like the Resident Evil stuff.
Or like the Alien month. Yeah, we covered Alien for a month. That's a good question to pose.
What?
He said he gets more burnt out when a topic goes on for like several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, I do too.
I'm just asking for some elaboration so that way we can take the feedback.
On A24. Okay. Even with a
interesting.
variety of stuff, huh?
Well, I can't promise we're not going to want to do stuff like that. 'Cause that's fun.
Well, he even said he's sure that other people probably really dig it, which
Did you check out the shuffle thing I sent you earlier?
I clicked it, and then it took me to download an app.
So,
Come on.
Said
I
Anthony
imported
since
all
it's
of my
never heard of it.
shows that I listen to, and say you want to go to an episode of somebody's show, like Freddy vs. Jason Queers one, and then there's a chat for each individual episode, so like it shows the show notes, and then you can like chat with people about the individual episodes.
oh, that's cool.
So I imported our show and told all the guys in the
Right.
log chat about it to sign up. So Chuck signed up. It was just a thing I heard about on a YouTube video. One of the Vlog brothers, Hank Green, was talking about it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like Discord meets a podcast app.
Kevin, how I love you, how I love you. Kevin,
Let's drop this off.
I love you, big guy. I love you, big guy.
I think if we had done the Saw thing for a month, we wouldn't have even gotten through all of them. So it was probably it was in everybody's best interest not to do that idea. I still think we should do it at some point, but
I think that it could be more like the Friday the 13th thing, where we talk about like specific things we liked about the entirety of the series, pick a favorite, and then just stick to that for one episode rather than have it being like an event.
Yeah, the longer ones like that. Like Alien was fine because there was only like 4 of them. Or no, there was a lot because we did Prometheus too.
yeah, we did 6 movies.
Fuck.
Yeah, we like to do 6. That's the sweet spot. 6 at a time. How do you even juggle so many?
I know, right? Dude, this is a ballsy move, but I'm gonna do it.
You know, Tyler. Dicks.
It's like that. What's her face? Lindsay Ellis gif. Where she got all the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, I
The hot
really
dogs.
want to save, but we have the 1 ink ribbon. I know we're gonna get more. I'm confident. Let's hit a save, skis.
You know what they say, John? Confidence killed the cat.
Yeah.
That's not what they say. That's not the saying.
Why so long? You know, you kind of remind me of Kevin is like a sausage with legs.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of that is just that we've come into a lot of those things where we come up with the idea like the week before, and that doesn't give us enough time to do a legitimate rewatch ahead of schedule.
So we're having to watch to keep ourselves from going crazy. It's hard for us to be like, okay, we're gonna do Resident Evil in 2 episodes, so watch all 6 movies this week so we can get started on them.
Yeah, I think part of that's just going to come down to better planning, and I think that's part of the reason why we're taking the break as well, just to
Josh, we're gonna
Get our stuff.
we're gonna do better, and we're gonna be better for you.
Well, part of it too is we like to cover new movies, so if we are scheduled out weeks in advance, then we can't cover when something comes out. So like we couldn't have done the Fear Street stuff. We couldn't have done Saw. We're not gonna be able to do Candyman. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff that we miss out on if we're too far ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, we want to stay hip on the cutting edge, you know.
I mean, I'm not saying that, but there are times when you look at the episodes that people are listening to, and it's like, oh, they just went and saw Invisible Man or whatever.
Or like Loki.
Loki. I don't know. I haven't checked it in a few weeks because it depresses me.
Okay, let's see here.
appreciate those kind words. I mean, that's the exciting thing about going into a new season, is that even though there's not really much of a difference in terms of like what we're doing,
No.
It's not going to be like a huge overhaul like we've done in the past.
it still feels like it gives us an opportunity to kind of like do a refresher and see what works and what doesn't for the next season.
A lot of changes are going to be Patreon based.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want changes.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of being more like, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I like hearing the feedback about the longer format stuff, because it wouldn't really be super difficult for us to plan ahead and do just like at most 2 episodes about a particular topic instead of having an entire month be based around something. And like A24, we could have easily done like 3 movies one episode, 3 movies another episode, and had that done. We just really liked A24, so we wanted to do a bunch of that. But being more efficient so we can fit more shit in, which is for me, like wanting to do more of like the highlight specific stuff. Like I'd like to introduce more segments, like recurring segments into the show, so that we could basically, we wouldn't have to, but we could basically run the entire show off of recurring segments. Like right now we already have a bunch.
Yeah.
So that way when we're planning out a month, we can go, okay, like what's our uncut gem, what's our shameful misses, what's our, and plan out a lot easier that way.
Yeah. Even if it's in quarterly chunks rather than being like
A year
every
in advance
month.
or whatever, yeah. Because I can't, to me it seems so weird to record a show like a lot of our friends do, which is like they have their, like the horror movie crew guys were talking about how he was like, oh, we gave you guys a shout out on one of our episodes, but I can't for the life of me remember which episode it is because we record so far in advance.
Right.
I want it to at least feel like it's a little more.
We fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah. But we also edit in the goofiest way that I know of for any
You mean
any
the best
show.
way?
It works great. But I mean, the fact that we record and then we fucking South Park that shit.
It really does feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I think to help with kind of what you guys were talking about and to dig a little bit more into this, when we do like say, okay, we're gonna pick Killing of a Sacred Deer, right? So we get to our main discussion, we do the sound clip or whatever, and then we get into it. Let's do like, I guess, more segments within that segment. Like, okay, here's the background, here's the players, here's a quick plot, here's the thoughts on the actual movie.
Yeah.
And flesh it out that way, so then it's not just like the beat by beat thing. It's just more about taking notes, but that would be cool because then we can get the background on it. We can talk about the characters and.
Well, that's a lot of like what a lot of really good YouTube reviewers do is they basically have like, I break down, like Stuckman's reviews used to always be like that, where he'd be like, I'm gonna break down how it looked, how it sounded, how the direction was, and like what the background on the movie was.
Where the hell is this?
Well, we do keep a note that has. I mean, we basically do keep a calendar. It's just the furthest we ever plan it, at most, if we're lucky, is a couple months. Planning, like we were just saying, planning a whole season ahead of time is not really our style.
Well, I
don't
mean,
think,
It wouldn't
but-
work for us.
It can be challenging just because things change. And then what it.
I also want to do what's exciting for us in the moment. That's an important thing too. Is like, if I'm like, I really don't want to do. I know in 6 weeks we have something coming up, and I'm like, I really don't want to do it. Then I'm dreading it for 6 weeks instead of just being like, you know what I really want to cover? We all loved Loki. Let's cover that.
Yeah.
Like being able to do.
Yeah, and,
Shit on the
and
fly.
with more movies coming out and October coming, like we're gonna have to cover shit.
But I think
In
what
the
would be
moment.
cool is like if we know we're gonna do a TV series and we know when that series is gonna be coming out, or we know we're gonna do a big marathon, we plan those several months in advance and have those be like well enough ahead of time that people can watch the show,
Yeah.
and get prepared. Say like, hey, we're gonna do Midnight Mass in November or something,
We are gonna
or
do
December,
Midnight Mass. Whenever that's available, we're doing it. So watch Midnight Mass.
Watch it on Netflix.
Are we stuck?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go here because I'm just running in circles at this point.
Well, you just saved, right? It's almost 10:30. Why don't we just call it?
What's your heart telling you, John?
I mean,
I just don't want you to spin your wheels for another hour, and maybe come back to it with a fresher brain.
yeah, I mean, we did just save. I mean, we haven't done anything progress-wise in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that we could chit chat for a little while longer if we want to, but we'll probably call it good on the game.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
It's up to y'all. I'm up for whatever.
Whatever. What are your thoughts on Shakira?
She's a pretty lady.
Yeah,
Very
I like that
talented
song.
singer.
That's it.
Good combo.
She's no jewel. What is that? That you're eating? Oh.
What are your thoughts on beignets?
They're delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I think that.
I just got beignets on the brain.
I think that one that I had yesterday, I think that might have been my first experience. I think. And that was hell good. So if that's the fast food version, I can only imagine what, like.
Kind of reminds me of like fair food.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, it's just a donut.
Yeah. When I looked up beignets, the related article was donuts. So I guess they're in the same
Yeah.
genus.
Yeah, they're just not as dense.
What's your favorite kind of donut?
Donut.
Maple.
That's a good answer. if it is donut, I want it.
Big fan of maple. Maple bars.
I'm a basic bitch when it comes to donuts. I like the Homer Simpson donuts. Just the cake donuts with the frosting and sprinkles.
Yeah, she'll just get plain cake donuts. When I was a kid, I always wanted the cake donut with the chocolate frosting and peanuts on top.
That's hella good too.
I love the
So
either
I
the
tend
white
to
frosting
gravitate.
or the strawberry or whatever. But when I was a kid, I loved maple bars, anything that was like the big pillowy donuts. But now as an adult, like I can barely do donuts anyway
I know.
without getting sick. So
Yeah.
the cake ones are
Or
easier on
I
me.
love the Bavarian cream filled. Shit's hella good.
Jelly's hella good.
Nice raspberry filled.
yeah, we've definitely talked about doing either content on here, like to do something different aside from gameplay. Once
So
you
could
kinda
we
get a
do that?
foothold.
It's just like, but is that legal to do?
So we can't put it up on the screen, but you kind of can. So like if you if it's on Amazon Prime, you can basically set it up to where you can run it on your stream, but they have to be signed into their Amazon account and also have Prime to see the movie. You can still watch the stream without it, but basically it's like a co-stream of everybody watching the movie at the same time, and then you're in the corner.
It's
or
funny that you
whatever.
guys bring that up though, because when I was outside earlier, I was
Yeah,
thinking that a watch party would be a cool
Will
idea.
Nath and
if we could
Cutie
get
did it
set up.
for their last dinner and a movie thing. I don't think they're gonna do it again because they also cook something from the movie during the movie,
Yeah.
and I guess that ruined the conversation because they were busy watching dodgeball. So I think that for certain situations it'd be a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, we have enough experience doing the commentaries now that I think we're getting a better idea of like what movies are good commentary movies, and like definitely not something that has just come out. Like I wouldn't do like a same day premiere watch party with people because
Yeah,
I would want to watch something by myself first and then rewatch it with everybody else.
If it's supposed to be good, yeah. But if we were covering like the
That's-
next Blumhouse schlock,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Well,
Yeah, I wanted to be
when those Blumhouse Enter the Blumhouse movies start coming out later this year, maybe those will be fun to do.
Yeah.
Fear
Yeah.
Street would have been fun to do as watch parties.
Yeah, even just together would have been fun.
Yeah, I do think that and we're also not like fielding thousands of people in chat either, though. Like, I mean, if we're like in a group like this where we can actually like see everyone's conversation and interact, like it's all kind of part of the thing.
Yeah, if it was
Set
just
it up with like a Discord call, so that way everyone can jump in and like hear each other and stuff.
If it was just like us, Steven, Josh, Jeff, like if it was just like 6 of us.
They're like friends.
Oh, and Brittany.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I was talking about my sister. I was gonna invite her to come.
Well, anymore you're not.
You're always invited.
Thank you. Just really good.
You're always in my stream dreams.
It's bad.
Yeah, you are.
That would be tight.
What's the suggestion?
Oh, we're just still
the watch
talking
party.
about the
Still
watch
talking
party.
about the watch party, John. Stick with it, dude. Don't leave the room and then fucking come back and get all confused. Sell tickets. Yeah, like an actual live show. I don't know. We talked about doing it because the state has like that stage.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to talk to them, but I think that would
Ooh.
probably make that happen. Honestly, they don't seem like they really give a shit. So
And
I
then
just-
it would just be us doing our regular bits in front of a group of like 80-year-old people who are just like, I came here to see It's a Wonderful Life.
no, It's a Wonderful Knife. It's a horror segment.
I would love if we got a.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that people would go. It would be us on stage to like one guy in the crowd, like, yeah, that works there.
Yeah.
It's like that Family Guy bit about the WNBA.
Is it just so there's one person in the audience? I was gonna say it would be like the 3 of us would start out on stage, and then as soon as you heard clapping, it would be because one of us snuck off stage. It was in the audience, like.
I just had to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah. It was a great bit.
Yeah, I wonder if I know they have like a mic set up because we've gone there with the kids
Mm-hmm.
and they have the
Well,
mics and everything.
Josh needs you to come sit down so he can get a picture for his spank bank.
I think when John and I went and saw The Thing, it was like
so John's thing, huh?
That product that he had on the table at work today.
I think there was a podcast there. Was that it, or was that something else? Because they did like a
Yeah,
little,
it was-
did like a
it
little
was,
trivia segment, and whoever won.
It was
got,
that other
like,
that one that like doesn't really do much anymore, but like just those events they were doing at the state.
Oh, the Horrific Network or whatever?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Let's swoop their shit, dude.
I can get us a horror movie festival happening.
Do you want to do a live show?
No, because nobody would come. But I could have us build up
Brady
to
would come.
it.
I would come.
See,
We could do a horror movie festival
Ashley would come.
brought to you by Visit Modesto and Porcelain Peak.
I know 4
I think
people.
with the fact, but I think the fact that if like you guys did like a movie, that would draw more attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we couldn't play a movie and do anything related to our shit. It would just be because it's not like people are going to show. Like, I don't think we legally could sit in front of a movie at the State Theater and talk over it. Well, I guess maybe we could. I don't know how that would work.
Well, what they did is they just paused the movie. They did like little trivia segments, and like people and like they.
I guess it would be the
passed out,
same as like
a
when they do
reward.
Rocky Horror.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That might be kind of fun to do a
'Cause,
movie
I mean,
like
your trivia
Halloween
thing is such a
and just like
big thing.
have like bits and jokes and do it almost like a TED Talk, but for Halloween or something.
Horror nerds.
What did you say?
Horror
Is that what
nerds.
you call me?
Get off my stream. Yeah, I think that would be fucking awesome. That's such a great idea that I just had all by myself.
Okay. This fucking guy, huh?
See that thing over there? It's called a door.
Yeah, well, I
You can
was
see
getting ready to
yourself
leave
out.
anyway. Just like he already ate. Because you were saying earlier that you weren't going to eat any more of their food.
I'm not.
But the joke was on them because you already ate their food.
I'm not eating any of it.
It's like I'm not eating ever again.
I took Kevin for a walk, and he took some goldfish pretzels.
I did. We went to take the dog for a while. They're like a snack for the road.
Yeah. In case you get lost.
Yeah.
And you got to see how terrified of people he is.
All bark,
Visibly
no
shaky.
bite.
Get up here. Come on. Come
Go.
on. Come sit in the chat. Come sit in the chat. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here, buddy. There we go. Right there. No, not too far.
He's like, but there's one problem.
You spent all day with my dog.
It's okay.
Because look how cute he is.
He was all over me all day, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Can you blame him?
I didn't know you referred to him as yourself.
What?
This is he.
That's what you're supposed to say. The answer's fun.
It is indeed a good boy. A very good boy.
Is his dick out?
For
Yep,
Mama, yeah.
sure is.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
What?
They're just really excited.
You were talking earlier about how he used to breathe.
I love you, buddy.
I feel like they might have sniffed him wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he also got fixed when he was older. I mean, when he was full grown.
He was a whole man.
Well, now that we got a dog boner on the stream,
Oh shit, are we gonna get canceled?
No, I mean, you can't see it behind the chat anyway.
Oh.
probably as good a time as any to call it a night, huh?
That was a pretty good one. We made some good progress in the game.
Talked about places we've shit before.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't. I didn't even look at the fucking screen. I saw the spiders, and that was it.
I saw the spiders,
That's
the
'cause I
lizard men, the
literally
giant
jumped.
snake.
Oh yeah, I did see the snake.
Every nook and granny.
We're only 62% done.
That's
That's if you collected all this shit.
yeah, that's visiting all the places on the map. That's like the equivalent of like a plat trophy in on like PS5 or whatever.
Deuces, thanks for stopping by. Josh, tell me where you are, Josh.
It's at home. Trying to go to bed. Thanks for everyone for watching and participating.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Appreciate
and then
it.
It's been real.
Yeah, we'll be back at it next Friday to hopefully wrap this one up because we've literally got one section left. We just got to get out of the mansion and then finish that last part. Whatever.
Sweet.
I don't remember what the final boss. battle is,
Patreon.com/Porcelain Peak. tinyurl.com/Todd Browning. Twitch.tv/Porcelain Peak.
which is where you're already at.
Which is where you are currently.
Yeah,
Pre-Google.com.
Cast your votes for Todd Brownings if you haven't already.
Yeah. I think we've already got like 14 submissions, which
Yeah,
I'm
if you're a
digging.
patron, then your episode is available now. If you're not, then it'll be ready on Monday.
Yeah. Keep it crappy.
Crap, Croppy.
See you next time, guys. Thanks again.